This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up? It's Open Comms, and it's Friday, like always, except for that one day.
We have escaped to another Friday.
And
swear to God, man, these freaking Fridays come quick. They don't, but then like they don't, but then they kind of do. Like when I start thinking about when I start kind of thinking about what the fuck is there to talk about, it's like, fuck, Friday's coming. What the fuck is there to talk about?
And well, okay, so we're all here. Okay, Rain's back. We got quite a few guests tonight. Well, quite a few. I mean, 3.
He's got some people hanging out with us, you know, because it's like
we got LB. Let's go to LB.
Hey guys, what's up?
And then Iron Wolf, AKA Swedish Mafia, or what?
The Swedish? Where did we get the Swedish from?
Israeli bodyguard.
Yeah,
That's Swedish
Israeli bodyguard.
And then we got extra squishy. Wait, we lost someone. Okay, no, they're back.
Rain's back.
All right, extra squishy. How's it going, man?
It's going all right.
If you notice, Rain is cursing at us with her headset off, so that's a bad sign.
Uh-oh.
It's because she muted.
And extra squishy's from In It, just in case people were wondering. Oh, hold on, we did lose
Damn
somebody.
straight
Where'd Hyper Viper go?
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, Hyper Viper was here.
In and out. He should be back soon.
Yeah, whatever. Hyper Vipers was here. I don't know. Manic, if you want shit, at this point, this is why I want to get that whole thing where it's like you can take calls from the audience. You know what I mean? It's like
he's got that.
Like,
he's even
like
got...
rather than just read Twitch chat, right? Like, you know, where they can actually like call in and yeah.
Well,
it's
the
hard
thing is,
to
like,
read Twitch chat after a few shots.
He does that on his thing, and he's got, I don't know how he's got it set up, but he actually has a phone receiver that he picks up, and it sounds like it's coming through a phone. So I think he's taken the phone and somehow wired the audio from the phone into his computer as a microphone. But, okay, Manic is coming on. And
there you go. Rain can talk now.
Holy shit, my headset dies and suddenly TeamSpeak forgets how to fucking work.
John Stroker just said, have you guys seen my Eve-themed aquarium? And I know that I did see something about that. Fuck. Was it in Talking in Station's Discord? I don't know. I believe I did see something about that. But I was on mobile at the time, so I'm like, oh, I'll look at this another time. And but I think he's got a, he's got an Eve-themed... Hey, by the way, he's got an Eve-themed aquarium.
Dude,
breaking news on
pictures of that?
Open Comms.
Hold on. John, if you have a picture you want to post, you can, but let me know first, John. Oh, no, you're a subscriber. You should be able to post things without me having to give you permission.
Let me go through my... Oh, yeah, or wait for that.
If it
John,
bans you, I'm sorry.
Flat out.
Oh,
that is the coolest shit I have ever seen.
Speaking of banning...
I want him to make me one of these things because I don't have any fish or anything because obviously the cat would eat them, but I would totally get that Keepstar one and fill it full of like freshwater sharks. It would be awesome. Have it in my office, that would be badass.
Like shit. Now, what size of sharks?
No, I need to.
They've got these little, small little freshwater sharks. They sell to.
There it is. Oh shit! Look at that.
Isn't that badass?
Cool. Holy Christ!
So
look at that
cool.
thing. I mean, I don't like the way. Okay, those are tethers. Okay,
that is cool. Now.
That's adorable.
That's a lot of work,
tethered
dude.
up.
You know what would be even better is if you like
tied. There's just be one floating out there that you could like.
Is if you tied strings, like if you anchored strings onto the structure, then tied them around the fish, so when they flied around, or not flew around, but swam around, they would actually be tethered to the thing. No, don't do that. I'm kidding.
That probably won't work.
It'd be bad for the fish when they
get water, slippery.
That did not go too
That'd
far.
Be terrible.
Anyway, speaking of banning,
look at that.
I have to go and I have to ban Iron Bank because remember how I unbanned him that one show and said I'll just ban him.
Did you get in trouble? We told you were going to get in
trouble.
No,
I didn't get in trouble, but I forgot to ban him after that show. So he could have went to. I'm glad he didn't go to the meta show and cause trouble.
We have to believe in you
No,
know.
it doesn't matter. But Matani personally banned the guy. If he finds out that he's not banned, he's gonna go and look like, who unbanned this guy? Oh, Drayden Trovier did. Bye. So I
need to fire us.
Well, yeah,
they're gonna fire us.
I don't think so. I think I'd just get a gum beating. I think I'd get told they would just reban him and tell me.
I'm pretty sure you tower over Alex, so I don't really think you have to worry too much about it, dude. I mean,
all right. My question is, why is Manic not on cam?
Yeah,
like I can be.
He's probably got his like
sexy face, Manic.
Okay, hold on.
And
hold on. Do you have Zoom?
At nights he puts a mask on, and
Elby should be on cam too. He was on cam last time.
He has to keep that skin supple.
Man, if you came on, Anominate, 40 months.
Okay, all right. So now we know Anominate's out there. So yes, you should totally reban Iron Man.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
shit,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I told you last week. You should not ban him in the first place.
Oh, but he had something to say.
He did, and I think it was relevant to what we were talking about. So you know what? Like,
he didn't troll when we unbanned him. So
okay,
exactly.
Manic
that's what I mean by like, you know, eventually I think people, you know, need to unless they were banned for supremely negative, you know, kind of Twitch behavior, let's call it. Yeah, I think there needs to be a time when, you know, just animosities don't keep people.
You don't think that funding a war that drove goons into almost oblivion for like a whole year?
It's a game stuff. That's nothing to do with Twitch.
On their channel. I think that's enough.
Just seems kind of, you know.
I don't ban people who PvP.
What happened to the whole INN separate from?
But Anominate with 40 months in a row. Wow.
Wait, that's not me.
Okay, we got man again.
By the way, what's everybody drinking tonight?
I have Moscato and Tito's.
Moscato and Tito's, like a mix? Like you doing like?
Oh no, like I'm drinking Moscato, but I will do shots of Tito's.
I got some Steel Reserve.
I spent all day going to ABC stores trying to find one bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, and I could find nothing. So I'm drinking Whistle Pig because that was the only other good stuff they had.
Dude, I have no fucking clue what language you just spoke.
You guys don't drink bourbon, so you don't know what I'm
doing. I'll be right back.
Van Winkle and Whistle Pig?
I am rocking a
Whistle Pig is I'm drinking Whistle Pig rye right now, which is really good shit.
Yeah, I'm just drinking some Tito's.
I'm pussying out a little bit Washington Apple.
No, gee, I'm not actually drinking Steel Reserve. Fuck that. That stuff's gross.
I'm just happy it was Washington something.
Wait, were we doing a shot, or were we just talking about?
No. Oh, I was just trying to find out like what people were consuming.
All right, well, I'm starting early then.
And I was only doing that mainly so I could just say I was doing Tito's Red Bull, but like, you know, rather than me just going, hey, by the way, I'm drinking fucking Tito's Red Bull. It really is a good show starter. You know what I mean? Because it gets the caffeine rolling. It gets whatever. Who gives a shit? Hey, anyways.
You know, like vodka Red Bulls after like me and Panda and a bunch of other chicks like chugging them for years at fucking Eve meets. Now the guys are like, yeah, man, it's like really good. You get the energy and the alcohol.
So I have never had a vodka Red Bull until I went out drinking with Dirk, and then I just got handed them, and after handed them, and then handed more. It was probably bad.
I mean, they're really kind of convenient, but no, Rain. It's not that I'd never had a vodka Red Bull before. It was more along the lines of, you know what, I just never sort of moved to that with the show. It was like I always drank beer and you know with some shot chasers or whatever. But like, you know, I don't know. Out in Vegas, I kind of like completely changed my ways out there. And
you're a new man now.
I'm not a
drink
big fan
way
of Red Bull,
too much fucking Tito's.
You just like went back 20 years in age,
I guess,
as soon as you hit the bar.
Well, it didn't exist back when I was that age, but you know. Anyway,
Drayden, can you improve the green screen on my cam because it looks like shit on the stream?
Oh, hey, it's Manic.
With some of the limited news
I have an image to uphold.
Start off with some of the weak stuff first.
Yeah,
do you want like the real news now, Dirk?
No. I'm gonna go with some of this lightweight stuff first, and then we can like kind of get into some of that battle stuff you got there. If you want to talk about the Iowa meetup.
Yeah, so there's actually apparently a bunch of nerds in Iowa, and we always usually do a meetup in August.
Are they running for president?
No, sadly, but we were all talking at Vegas, and we're like, yeah, we should do a meetup, blah blah blah, because not everyone can make it out, so like it was kind of on the Iowa Discord. So I was like, okay, fuck it, let's all go to Iowa City because that's like 30 minutes from me. So now we're all gonna go hang out at Mickey's, which is a bar. For those who don't know, Iowa City is known for University of Iowa, which is one of the top 5 party schools in the U.S. That is a statistic.
I swear to God, everybody that claims anything about a party school always says one of the top 5.
That was like
50
we were
top
number
5
1 for a year. So, but so we're gonna go down there and hang out. So it's probably gonna be like me and a couple of other young people, and then it's gonna be people like Dom who are like parents and shit, like at a fucking bar in a college town. So it's gonna be pretty fun.
Dom drinks moonshine
for the
in his
record,
garage.
Rain being
like
from Iowa makes perfect sense.
That's fine, but it's weird when you see like an older dude or an older chick at a fucking like college bar.
Is it?
Not really.
Yes, it is.
Although,
thank you, Brent.
Thank you from experience.
I mean, I didn't finish college, but I went to college, and
I remember the token old man at some college party.
Has driven through college before.
Yeah,
I would say I'm a college
been to a
professor.
campus before. No, I think I was in college for like 2 years, but I think I only finished like 7 classes. I would like enroll and then withdraw like a couple months later because I'm like, I don't know why I went into this. I'll try again next semester.
we had a group of guys.
I probably dumped about $4,000 into college that I never actually finished the classes for. It was really stupid.
I had a group of friends that would go to the bar that I hang out at during the day at work. They would go there at night with all of them, and it was in law school, and even in law school I was like 10 years older than everybody else. And I was like, all right, this is freaking weird. You guys are like 25 and I'm 35 and I've got a kid. I'm going home. You guys can have fun at the bar. I'll meet you there for lunch sometime. So yeah, it's weird when you got the old creepy guys at the bar.
Shit.
On
I'm gonna throw this out into Twitch chat. This is a different version of his aquarium, like where he's got the fucking lights on, and that's really kind of fucking cool. That's way more Eve-like in a way.
So SideQuest is saying a meetup would be awesome. You live in Kansas City, so if you want to make the like 6-8 hours to Iowa City, you definitely can. Or you can do evemeet.net and organize a local meetup that way. And then you just advertise it.
Evemeet.
Like, well,
EVEMEET or MEAT?
MEAT.
MEAT is not. That's a meetup.
I fucking hate you guys.
That's a one-on-one meetup site.
That's the one I've been going to. Have I been doing it wrong?
Well, don't worry, man. I give you a swipe right or whatever it is. So.
Rain, you hate them
thank you,
sometimes. I hate them all the time, so it balances.
We can smash later or something.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, so that's how you can organize meetups and then just like post it everywhere. Like I should be posting this on Twitter and stuff, but we have our own Discord and all that fun stuff.
There's a place called Iowa City. That's like a real place.
It used to be the capital of Iowa, yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
And then what made them change it to Des Moines?
Des Moines is more center, and there's more people.
Des Moines.
I'm sorry, I just had to.
It's more center and larger.
Still flat though.
It's not as flat as Florida or Nebraska.
Okay, that's like saying it's not as wet as the ocean.
I was sitting in a meeting one time, and a portfolio manager said Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm like,
Des Moines, really?
she's a great manager. Des
not
Moines.
get hired.
Yeah.
Des Moines.
Des Moines. Anyways, yeah. So Iowa meetup, 5:00 p.m. 5:00 p.m. When? This coming Saturday?
Yeah,
like tomorrow.
That's why I didn't want to get super trashed.
Oh. Why? Because you got to like go do something at 5
super
o'clock
trash tomorrow.
Yeah, I might go get super trashed tomorrow.
That's fine.
I also might be an adult and drive home. So. Hey, it's Stolen Doom. Stolen Doom's going.
I'm sure there's like a Motel 6 right next to Mickey's in Iowa City. Or Motel Mickey's, one of the two.
They'll leave a line on for you.
We do have some folks that are actually
Motel
staying
5.
the night.
With the adjacent strip club on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have strip clubs.
And a Denny's.
Mickey's Hickeys.
All right. To Diadell's point in the chat, I will sometimes say Yosemite just as a joke because it triggers people. But that's funny. Yosemite is funny. I like that.
Yosemite.
It's like saying Gila instead of Gila because somebody's gonna freak out and get pissed about it.
What's that one city in New York that's got the weird fucking name?
New York City.
All of them.
Schenectady,
yeah.
Schenectady.
Like when you look at how it's spelled, it's like, who the fuck? You can't even like sound it out. Like Hooked on Phonics breaks down with that city.
There's a place in Wisconsin with a really fucked up name too, where you just read it and you just sound stupid.
Oh my god! Every state's got some place with a fucked up name. I mean,
you're a fucked up name.
Schuler.
But
Schiller?
No.
I do want to ask about this thing that I saw today.
No.
It was actually on the Eve launcher, and the annual Santa Spirit event is coming up on the 14th of this month. And apparently it has been going on since 2012. And I have never fucking heard of this before.
What? The Santa thing?
The annual Santa Spirit event that apparently...
They've been doing that forever. How have you never heard of
this is different from like the winter, any kind of winter theme event or CCP giving out the flavor items.
I remember that from last year.
This is run by a player. This is not yet. We're not talking about the Yule shit or CCP Christmas giveaways or anything like that. This is a player run thing that apparently goes on, and I just had never heard of this going on.
Wait, what is this? What? You're not the only one, dude. I've never heard of this either.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll throw it out into.
It's free stuff.
I guess in case people want like some sort of free stuff or whatever. But no, it's not. It's not about fucking not logging. This has apparently been going on since 2012. We've been doing this show since 2011.
I have to make jokes about you not logging in.
No, I know. No, that's fine. But okay, so on December 14, 2018, I will host the 7th annual Christmas giveaway event in a system to be announced at a later date. The first event was in 2012, and we had held the event each year since then. Each year, blah 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 blah. Due to lack of help, blah blah. I don't know. I mean, apparently there's like, 1v1 battles and I don't know. There's like shit that goes on.
Frigate race.
I literally had never heard of this before.
I'm
kind of throwing it out there. Like for anybody, has anybody been to it? Have you heard of it? And have you?
I have heard of it.
I've heard of it. I think.
Nope.
Yeah, I've never done it.
I mean, because like if Rain hasn't been to it.
I mean, I've done stuff, but I think it was always CCP related.
Well, we have to wait for whatever they're going to do for Yule, whatever, for December.
But but Yule is different. This is apparently a player-run thing.
This is a player-run thing. Yes, I've seen it. I mean, I read the thread, and I remember it from last year when I was campaigning or starting to figure out how to campaign. So, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It'll be cool. I mean, free shit's free shit. I will say I was laughing because I was talking to Mike Azaria earlier on Twitter.
Azaria?
Yeah, I say Azaria because it triggers people. Anyway, it's funny that there's some people, especially new players, that are so scared to death they're going to get scammed, they won't even take free stuff that people are willing to give them. Like he was trying to give somebody...
Oh, yeah, that's been happening to him for years.
A free, like, fitted
destroyer. No such thing as a free lunch.
He drives around in a white-skinned freaking...
Mike Azariah?
Minivan that looks like he's about ready to,
I love that guy.
He's
awesome. Ship deliverer.
The big van full of candy.
Mike's in the audience.
But I mean, I like exactly. I was talking.
You want a free ship? Come here, little boy.
But it's funny because they won't even take them.
I know.
They're so scared.
Because all of
the
nature of EVE and its marketing is all about people scamming other people. So
trust nobody.
Trust nobody. So new players come in and they're like, I'm not taking that free ship.
Well,
it's probably got a bomb in it
double
or something.
Your ISK, bro. I mean.
And I was in Jita the other day. I told Mike this. I was in Jita the other day, and I was just chatting because sometimes I'll inject myself in Jita chat just to see what people are saying. And there was a bunch of test guys because they were working on not protecting their assets in perimeter. And one of the guys was like, "Yo, Briss, will you give me a Leshak?" So I gave him one. I had one lying around in Jita. I was going to sell him. Like, fuck it, I'll just give it to this guy. And they're like, "Oh my god, he gave me a Leshak. This is crazy." It's like, it's fun to be Santa. It's fun to hand out stuff to people.
Wait.
Especially when, it's younger guys that are like newer and they freak out.
I love the stories of like teaming up with people more than I like the stories of sabotage. Because like, I feel you go on such wilder adventures if you team up with someone that they don't expect and you don't shoot each other. Then when you're like, oh yeah, I killed this like really nice ship. I like backstabbed a dude. That's like not as entertaining. Are you okay, Manic?
It'd be,
Yeah, sorry. I'm talking to my cat.
Tell us the joke. What's the catch?
What did it say?
What did he say?
I can't say it on the air.
Oh God!
Say it.
One of those cats.
Cat's like, fuck Nova. All right, we haven't gotten there yet. Hold on.
You're jumping ahead.
We'll come back to that in a second. You know what? We are going to do a shot though. I don't know. I'm looking for something to fucking celebrate here.
To Mars Insight, it landed.
Yeah.
I'm doing NASA. I'm gonna do a NASA JPL
you know what?
shot.
Props to CCP Zoetrope.
That was from after show last week. You guys missed our NASA talk.
Yeah. Who is moving from working on ESI and transitioning over to be an audio programmer at CCP.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the first words, "Today is my last day," I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" But then, he's just moving somewhere internally.
Who is
whatever.
This?
Yeah.
Audio.
CCP Zoetrope.
Audio and Eve. What?
Who was part of the ESI team, the group that was working on ESI, and so there's that. There's also the Mars lander.
And real quick, the Mars thing that I didn't know. Apparently, Max Singularity.
JPL, where he works.
Yeah, he's like the assistant director of information at JPL. And
they wouldn't even let him into mission control though, bro.
Yeah, no, because he's not part of the mission. Okay, shots. No, he wasn't, and he wasn't part of the mission control team there, and so, but no, he does work with JPL. But he ran a thing. He put a site out there. I never saw it, but he tweeted something where you could go on the site and put your Eve name in. And he had a chip, like a little chip that would store the data.
Yeah.
And all the people that submitted their names, he put that actually on the physical Mars lander. So if you did that, your name is actually on Mars.
We're on Mars, motherfucker.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, I didn't see it. I would have done it.
I wish I had done it. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I had my name on the capsule that CCP put up in low Earth orbit, and then it came back down. But
then again, when the people that discover that out on Mars end up coming to Earth and looking for the people whose names are on there because they're on their freaking hit list. Then,
exactly. If the aliens
these motherfuckers left this garbage on our planet.
Yeah, they're gonna
kill every one of them.
Like, excuse me, are you Shooter McLoads? Yeah.
Take us to Shooter McLoads.
Take us to your loads.
Somebody ask you if you're Sarah Connor, say no.
But anyways, just a quick roll back to the whole Christmas thing. Look, if any of you I'm imagining that not many of you out there listening right now are, like new people or things like that. Mike, you live in HiSec. Can you go check out this Christmas thing and, I don't know, write up something in your role playing kind of blog and, tell us about it and whatnot. But, whatever. Go get some free stuff. I don't know. Goons can put a fleet together and go kill the system that it happens in. Whatever. I don't know. Generate some content. Or get free stuff.
Why don't you generate
some
content
and get free stuff?
What's content?
Content. Well, content's different from person to person. It's like, what's a blob? It's all relative.
It's like an 80s horror movie.
Everything's a blob, man.
Everything's a blob, man.
Well, in exciting news, I finally replaced my rag today.
Did you?
Actually, I got the fit finally done.
You bought it? But
it's
you'd
I
already
had
got
it in the cooker. They had to build me a new one.
Briss, do you want me to sino it for you?
Who's they?
No, it's not Dark Shines, our Super FC, also has a side gig where sometimes he builds capital, so he built me a rag at cost, and that the SRP covered it.
At cost?
So
were you getting some sort of like top guy privilege or something?
No, it was just he cut me a deal because I'm
because you're CSM, because you're brisk fucking Rubal.
No, it's not like they gave it to me for free. I still had to pay for it, but it was better than having to buy it. The first one that I bought from a corp mate, and he made me pay $58 billion, so I saved some money on it this time.
All I'm hearing right now is he had a backroom deal because he's someone important, and the rest of us got to pay full price.
That's exactly right.
Did I tell you guys my alt can sit in a super now? So I've been flying a super again.
Oh, and yes,
it can sit in one, or it can use fighters.
It can use T1 fighters, not T2.
I was gonna say, whose super are you sitting in?
That's my super.
What?
And I had to move it. And so instead of taking I actually took the designated route we were told to take to get it to somewhere safe. But instead,
can you tell us what that route is?
It's really obvious if you know anything about where BL is living and where BL is buying supers. But anyway.
So we would have to know both of those points? Jesus Christ, Rain. What kind of help are you?
My super's in K3J. Where the fuck do you want it?
Did you have to take an alternate route because you had jump drive calibration 4?
How does BL fly both Unins and supers? How do they do that at the same time?
Turk, I have 2 screens and I can click buttons on both of them.
But what about your Sino?
Oh, I have like 6 accounts. But I told our Super FC, I said, hey, I'm 20 jumps away, blah blah blah. And he's like, I was like, I can't use the highway because I don't have jump calibration 5. And he's like, you should dock up and keep star and not use your super until you can. I said, well, there's no super in this system. Like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, go back to where you bought it and leave it there until you can use it. And I said, no, I'm almost halfway there, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna meet
I'm
it.
almost
super
I'm in
newbie.
between. If I go back, I'll get killed. If I keep
Yeah,
going,
so,
I'm probably
so I was like,
safer.
I was like, there weren't that many neutrals in local, blah blah blah. And he's like, are you fucking shitting me? And like he was like calling me mean names and shit because he finally caught on that I was trolling him as like my super
Who's your
was
super
completely
FC, by
saying.
the way?
Elo Knight.
He does
Who's your
everything.
subcap FC, by the way?
Elo Knight.
Elo Knight.
And Elo Knight coordinates the Sinos.
I'm glad you were trolling that, Rain, because I think my
Elo
freaking
Knight's the
Sino all
Prober.
said Jump Cal 5. That would make me upset if you didn't have it.
Yeah.
I think he actually
Rain's
has...
the reason why Super Cup FCs pull their hair out, drink a lot. And...
Who's the guy that cooks pancakes on weekends? Elo Knight.
I mean,
it's like fucking Elo has always been, and may he forever be, the guy who's like, we used to call him the fucking octopus back in the day, and it's not true. He doesn't fucking have 8 arms. There were also other people there and whatnot, but he always seemed like that guy that had 8 fucking arms.
I mean, he might have some apparatus.
Well,
Well,
he
may
one
have some
of those
apparatus. I'm sure he
dudes,
does
right?
have
He
an
built up the
apparatus.
Super Cat fleet. So the real question is, when is he gonna jump it somewhere he shouldn't have, and we get to see it all go burn and like his normal?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
We just need to find a couple dreads to jump in on and shoot, and then you can watch all of our supers die.
We were trying to escort you guys the other day, but you didn't take the bait.
Yeah, Elo's not stupid.
I feel really
Which is
bad
a
that I
shame.
didn't know about this Santa spirit thing. I try and
Are we
keep
still
up on
talking
kind of
about
the
that?
community stuff and whatnot.
I mean, you
out
could
there,
always
you know.
just do it. I mean, what is it? Just takes flying to HiSec and giving people shit, right? Does it have to be HiSec? Are there no needy families out in NullSec?
Any gifts
Well, there
have
are,
to
but
be
they're-
in a
but they're up in
0.5 system.
Declan and shit.
The needy families are in Declan. in the food banks.
That being said, you know what? We're gonna jump on this touchy subject just real fucking quick because there's really not a lot to like. Do. Dust got canceled.
It didn't get canceled.
That's 2.0.
It's
It
postponed.
did not get canceled.
So
Jesus
so-
Christ.
Hold on, Brisk.
Fucking
First, you're supposed
fake
to say
news.
it's not called Dust.
It's
Or
Project
one, it's
Nova.
not called Dust. 2, it's not. It actually has a name. That's not Project Nova. I know what the name is.
Do you know
but
what
I can't tell
do
you.
you
I'd
know
have
what
to
Nova
kill you.
means in
Legion?
Spanish?
Stop leaking shit.
Do you know what Nova means in Spanish?
You mean it's not going to be Project Nova when it gets released?
No.
What?
The point,
Why do they
Project
keep
No
changing names?
Go.
So wait,
because they got a good name for it. Look, they're not
CCP
doing
always
the
has
alpha that they
code
announced
names
in
for
Vegas
things.
because they need to go back to the drawing board. They're not happy with the way the game is right now, and that's fair. And I'm happy that they did that.
Is that because it's
Because
not
I'd
PvP?
rather them go back now and fix it and make it more fun than release something that ends up being a piece of shit and we all complain about it and hate it. And frankly, I think they got a lot of good feedback from folks in Vegas, and that was what they needed. And now they know what they need to go do, and they're going to go do it.
Nobody in
that's
South
good.
Nobody in South America thought this was going to take off anyways.
D
It's called
Dinko, thanks for
Nova.
the 22 months. But yeah, I mean, I never actually tried it in Vegas, but I was gonna because supposedly if you went to Vegas and you bought a ticket for Vegas, you are automatically accepted into the invite-only alpha, which is now postponed. But
I never got that. Did you guys get that email?
They never. Yeah, I got the email today.
I never got it. The invite.
Oh, the invite they never did.
No,
the invite.
it was
They never
supposed to
did
be
the
like
Some
if you
people
bought
said
a
they did.
if you bought a
I
ticket,
don't
you're
think
supposed
they
to
did.
just
I think they announced
Should
it
you
in
have gotten
Vegas
the
and they never
email?
did.
Should
they
you have
never-
gotten the email about this if you would have gotten the invite?
Yeah, because I never got an
Yes.
email. I don't think.
I got the email about this. I only get emails from CCP on like one of my alt accounts. I don't know why. But I mean, look, I'm not trying to be CSM mode or anything. I think I played the game.
There it is. There it
not
is.
just
There
in
it is.
Vegas. I thought it was a fun game.
got
It's
it.
a first person shooter, but there wasn't anything special about it. And I think they're trying to realize it now that they need, if they're going to try to capture an audience, it can't just be a generic first person shooter that just happened to have.
It's
like
got to
a
be more like
skin on it.
Battlefield 5, say.
No,
It
I
needs to
think I
be
think they need to
Eve.
go
It
back
needs to
to
be
making
more
it more.
Eve.
like
It needs
Dust.
it needs to be Dust.
Yeah, it needs to
Right.
be not in
It
the
needs to
Eve
be-
universe, but actual have consequences in Eve. Like
Correct, and that's the thing that I think everybody told them. We told them that. I know people in Vegas told them that. Is that the one thing everybody wants is like Dust is for the stuff that happens in this game to have some kind of consequence on TQ. So they got to do that. And
No,
I feel
but
like
the
we got
thing
to
is,
follow
like,
it.
the-
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Remember
Are
the
you saying-
lashback
Are you
from
saying? Are you
Dust?
saying that what they were telling them out there was Nova needed to have consequence in Eve Online?
The one thing that we hear every single time CCP announces any game that's not Eve, if it's a mobile game, if it's another platform, whatever it is, what does this mean for Eve itself? Is this going
Okay.
to interact with Eve? and everybody wants that.
Hold on. No. Don't say that. Don't say everybody wants that, okay? Because I know that you've been around long enough to know. Who does
not want that? Who doesn't want that?
I just remember when Dust came out and they were going to have that. There's a lot
voice back at the time when they were originally talking about Dust, and they're like, "This better not fuck with internet spaceships. This better not be something that, you know what, it can only happen over here." Like there was an entire freaking like civil war about whether or not this thing that happens over here should be able to impact what it is we do with spaceships in this game. So if what you're telling me is now the mindset has changed to, if
I'm not saying the mindset has changed. What I'm saying is that I think the one thing that they want is for there to be more of an EVE tie-in. That's what I heard from people in Vegas that were complaining about it, were telling stuff to me. That's what it sounded like, you know. And frankly, the other thing is, I think they got some bad press, and I don't think the bad press helped. Personally, I thought Steve Messner's article in PC Gamer was kind of bullshit.
Steve Messner's article was shit. Like it was, and I like commented about that in a number of like.
I mean, I think it was more clickbait than anything else. It was just, oh, this is awful.
Actually,
I thought the game was fine. I mean, look, CSM, we got to play it, and I was playing it for a while, and we got to play it in Vegas. People got to play it in Vegas. It's not a bad game. It's fun. It's cool. It's got some EVE stuff in it, but it didn't have anything that was like.
It doesn't bring anything. It does. In its current state, it doesn't bring anything new to the table.
I had a question.
Correct.
I never tried it, but I remember, Manic, you were talking about it on your show, like right after Vegas, and you were saying that it was like it was basically like you versus horde, like you and maybe teammates versus hordes of like NPC guys.
Is
there no PvP? Is there no like deathmatch style mode to it?
So, we were told, like me and Bjorn, we tested it out on the stream at Vegas. Shit. Sorry. Hold on.
I just want to go back here. I want to go back here, and I want to actually read part of the announcement for those people out there that haven't actually. At CCP, one of our core principles is that we work to provide our players with excellent experiences. The mindset can be found within every creative team working on bringing your beloved virtual worlds to life. This means that we keep challenging ourselves, blah, 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 blah. The development of Project Nova is an example of where this fundamental belief has been continuously exercised and put into practice. At EVE Vegas, we showed you the most recent iteration of our vision to provide an engaging and unique first-person shooter experience to enrich the EVE universe. Our goal for this was always to reinforce the one universe, one war gameplay and create a worthy spiritual successor to Dust 514 that has the potential to captivate not only existing mercenaries and capsuleers, but also to attract new adventurers into the ever-evolving world of New Eden. It goes on here to talk about blah, blah. The fuck is it? Oh, over the course of Project Nova's development, we conducted a number of player research sessions with external partners. Okay, external partners. I'm going to assume, does that mean not just inside CCP, or does that mean like are we external partners?
No, they already talked about how they teamed up with another business for their game. That was mentioned, and that's one.
Okay, fine. Tirelessly play tested the game internally. And brought community stalwarts in to help us evaluate the project. Now, community stalwarts was one of those things that I like keyed in on. And I'm like, okay, who the fuck did they listen to?
Yes, Briss?
It's CSM.
That was
it may not be. It may have been CSM. It may have been streamers. It may actually. I
Look, I'm not telling you guys.
I read that and I'm sitting there going, "What did the fucking streamers say about this?"
CSM's been playing it since the summit, so I mean, we've been testing it out and helping them.
I know other people who have been playing it as well.
Now, after taking all this research and feedback into account, we see that the gameplay experience in its current form does not live up to our original vision and would not achieve our ambitious goals for this project. As a result, we dusted it.
They put it on.
Hold on, Dirk, stop. I want to know how long you've been holding on to that.
I literally made it up on the fly.
Bullshit. You thought of that today?
The delivery.
I'm saving that for tonight.
The satisfaction of the delivery.
Flat out. You know right away. Dirk was sitting on the shitter thinking, I got a great line. I'm going to use it.
No. I've had a whole bunch of like Dust references in my head all day long, but like I literally just
You've
made
been
that one up
Dust
on the fly.
jokes since that
was a good one. That was so good.
Dust
I think it was scripted.
Look, I mean, Dust 1028. You know, it's like whatever.
Anyway, I'm happy that they did.
So basically, it doesn't live up to their standards.
Well, okay. so they've been working on this since like 2016, I think. Maybe late 2015 is when it started seeing development. So they've been working on it for all this time, and what was shown at Vegas was basically a wave shooter. It was just Sancha drones running at you single file. Maybe a couple of them would skirt around you, but there was nothing really interesting about it aside from the fact that it was set within the EVE universe.
How was Nova described kind of initially in this whole thing, right? It was instead of being indoors, kind of what do you call it, fucking Doom style, or like whatever, right? Like onboard ships or onboard stations and things like that. It's not on a planet. Okay, they weren't going back to the planet. It's going to be on the outside of ships, which if you look at EVE ships would still give you places to run around and do things and yada yada yada. But while in the background there'd be this shit going on out there. Whoa!
So I have a theory here. The reason they didn't set it in the ships and the reason they didn't set it on the planet, but instead on a ship, is because if you're on a ship, you can have that nice EVE-themed backdrop. You can look up and you can see EVE ships flying around in space mid-battle.
I think
if you're in one of those ships, the look of and they could maybe theme
like Doom.
Yeah, they could theme them as with like a Galente or an Amarian aesthetic. Like each of the races has their own look and feel to them, but for the most part, it would look like generic sci-fi interior number 4082.
Right.
But if they did it on the planet, then it would even look even more like any other shooter.
And I think the other thing too that
did any of you guys play Valkyrie?
Yeah. So Valkyrie, I think the main feedback from Valkyrie was was like, holy shit, I'm flying a fighter, woo, and then you're like, holy shit, a Stratios. Oh my god, I can like fly through the wings of like all of these ships, and I can see a super carrier in the distance. That was the cool thing
when you're out there and you're you're probably there's like a hell right there, and you're flying past it.
And that's why they set it on the ships. That's why they set it on the ships. So
isn't that a little bit different when you're flying a ship and you're going like you're able to traverse
no, what I'm saying is that would be having it out on an EVE ship is the best way they could tie it into EVE aesthetically without it looking like a generic shooter. So
it was differentiating, and it also had a bridge, right? It also had a potential bridge. Let's say this, okay, to I don't know, somewhere down the road. The whole boarding party experience of like, who knows if they ever really wanted to tie it into EVE in a way that no longer had you just blowing up ships, right? You could send out boarding parties, and this is how it would happen. It would happen over in this kind of thing, right? That was kind of like the vision I had in my head when they first mentioned it. Was this is the first step towards the potential for this other thing.
So what Dirk is trying to say is that he wanted Nova to be walking in stations.
No. Walking outside stations and then walking in and then go kill station traders. Yes.
There you go.
But I just wanted it to have some, like, not a huge impact in EVE, but like some kind of, like I like Dust because you could trade a skill and you can bombard a planet. Like that was cool. If you had the PlayStation and you could see both ends of it. Yeah.
But in this case here, like, what was the part that people found to be lacking? And let's not go into
the actual
generic first-person shooter or whatever, because like, honestly, there's a million groups out there that put together fucking generic first-person shooters are not freaking new, right? I mean, you look at something like Battlefield 5, and people are like, completely fucking bitching about bitching about that title and shit like that. And there's a franchise that's been around for a while. What was it about this that you think we're talking early invite only alpha here to where they decided we can't even move ahead with that.
So
knowing what alpha means.
That's what I was getting at by saying this has been in development since late 2015 as best I remember. And all they really have to show for it is a wave shooter, a very generic wave shooter.
It's a little disconcerting because
it's taken this long,
and they didn't have
to get to this stage.
Well, and it would be one thing if they were designing a completely new engine, but they're using the Unreal Engine, so the engine's already there. They're just having to incorporate their game onto it.
The Unreal Engine, you can drag and you can build an FPS in a few days on the Unreal Engine.
They're not pulling a Chris Roberts and like designing everything from scratch, which is good, you know. But I think honestly, look, I think the bottom line is it's not up to snuff. They got bad feedback. They got feedback that showed them that this wasn't the right direction. They're smart enough to realize it now, and they're going to try to fix it and make a new experience. That's great.
What worries me is that they only realize it, and it sounds like they're only like picking up on it after the feedback. They couldn't see before that this maybe was lacking even for an invite alpha stage.
CCP we're talking about, bro. You got to answer your own question with that.
Hold on. What about the idea of alpha though? Sitting there going, look, if you had what was a alpha, right? Playable kind of version of things. What was wrong with perhaps inviting more people into that?
My thought on
kind of experience, and then you know what? If you sit there and then decide, you know what? No, this is not fucking working out. Then you can completely revise out of alpha. Why just sit there and go, nope, fuck it. You know what? Back to the drawing boards. We're coming back at some other date, and we'll see it.
Do you guys
2020?
Do you guys think Pearl Abyss had anything to do with this?
I
don't think so.
I mean, I don't know, but the thing with that, I would say, Dirk, is that but the thing is, like, if it's an alpha and they want to restructure it, it's probably better to do it, because if you release an alpha, even though it's just an alpha and everyone should understand, especially if it's a closed alpha, that it's like might be very different than the final product. But I would assume a lot of people would go into it, and if they were like, man, this kind of sucks, then if you take it off and then restructure it and put it back out, they might just be like, and they're just not interested anymore. They don't even want to do it.
CCP is not some rinky-dink, startup developer. These guys are AAA developer. They've got a good title. They can't put something that's out that's junk. And if people don't like it, that's going to have an impact on Eve too. So they know better, and they figured it out. But I mean, look, every game company has a tendency sometimes to drink their own Kool-Aid and think what they're making is great. And then it gets released and everybody's like, wow, this kind of sucks. I mean, we talked about Fallout 76 last week. Same thing. I mean, look, I'm still playing it, but it sucks. It's not great. It's just like a skin on Fallout 4. There's nothing of any value, I think, to it.
I got it.
And why are you still playing it?
I don't know. I can't figure that
out.
It's
Bethesda.
Really
you can't put down a Bethesda game. When I got New
Vegas, I don't know what it is.
No, you can't.
I have this thing where it's like, I gotta play this. I can't not.
The game you guys should get is called Overcooked 2, and I will teach you how to play that game. Because
I've been meaning. I'm gonna download that right now.
Download it right now and play with me, because I'm gonna teach you how to fucking Gordon Ramsay your way into success in that game. Okay?
So you just gotta yell a bunch.
Yes. It's all about teamwork and competitive teamwork. If you don't fucking chop that lettuce for me, I'm gonna fucking cut your throat. Okay?
So, Briss, do you?
Rain, wait! Everybody, shut up! Rain, can you say that again one more time? Oh, hold on. Okay, go.
No, you're recording me.
I just say it.
Rain, don't worry, man. I have a recording anyway.
Rain, just say chop that fucking lettuce.
Chop that fucking lettuce. But the thing is Overcooked 2 is a cooperative game, as in there's like not really any way to compete, but you have to work together. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead 2, where like if one person runs off to try and run and gun their way, usually the game tries to like punish them for it. And so this game is super fucking competitive, and if you all got it, I would fucking teach you how to play it. So good.
It's $25.
I bought it for 15 on.
That's a lot.
That seems like a lot. I looked at a video, like when you said that.
It's a good family game too.
Okay, all right.
It looked like a almost like an app, like a phone app game version of like a Mario Party game. And I was like, looks interesting, but not $25. I wouldn't spend $25 on that game.
Oh my god, it's so much fun though. Like, I love it. I make Black Legion play it with me.
If the food you made in that game actually came into your room, like out of your PC, then I'd be like, okay, I might buy it for that. But
it's so much fun. Okay, but anyway, you guys can carry on with your
conversation. Wolf was asking me if I'm playing with other people. I played with Gihan for a little while, but other than that,
which Gihan?
The Gihan.
There's not the Gihan.
Yes, the Gihan.
Is there one Gihan?
Yes.
I mean, I only know one.
The Gihan.
I thought there were like multiple Gihans.
There are people that pretend to be Gihan because he's so awesome, but there's only one.
So, like, back to Fallout, like, the only reason I still play it is because I have a group of dudes, and we're like, screw it, we got to play it now because we started it, and that's pretty much it.
I started it, and I knew going into it was gonna bug me, and then I got it, and I played last weekend with Shooter a little bit, and like the fact that there's no NPCs at all in there other than a couple like vendor robots. Really not happy about that. Like, there needs to be people out there. There shouldn't be 0 people in the entire wasteland.
That's what freaks me out. So that annoyed the hell out of me. And then just in general, I'm level 25, 26 now. I got my power armor. I can use it. I mean, I've done what I really wanted to do, but I'm still playing it. I don't know. Then again, I ask myself, why do I keep playing Crusader Kings 2? I have more hours in that game than any game other than Eve. Like at least 1,200 hours. It's the same game. I can't stop playing.
I don't know how to learn that game. That game is so freaking. I was linked a video series like this will teach you how to play. Just watch all of them, and I looked and it's like the whole YouTube playlist was like 12 hours long. I'm like, if I've got to watch 12 hours of video to learn how to play a game, I don't know if I'm gonna get into it.
I streamed a little bit back in the day. I think there's some stuff on my Twitch stream still of me playing Crusader Kings back. Yeah. So
I watched.
I mean, I love the thing. That game, I'll never stop playing.
Crusader I watched Sips play it. Sips is like a YouTube guy, and he was trying to play it one time, and he kept getting mad at the thing because he couldn't get people. Like, he kept trying to do marriages for politics things. He's like, why can't this person marry her? And they're like, Sips, she's 6 years old. or it's like they're related, like brothers. He kept trying to he wasn't looking at the details. He's just like, marry her, and it wasn't working. So, but
anyway,
whatever. Hold on.
I'm happy that they figured it out and they're fixing it.
Well, look, there's a whole bunch of people out there that sit there and say things like that. Okay, which I give you credit for, Brisk, because you're such a fucking politician. However, this is the Open Comm Show, and and it's more along the lines of, if this was something that they legitimately had to fucking back away from hard, okay, then I totally fucking understand it. Do not release absolute fucking bullshit. If they've only got a bunch of
not tweaks, that they're back away from it hard. I mean, look, the only reason they even sent this email out is because they promised folks at Vegas that they'd get to alpha test the thing. If they hadn't made
I know, and here we are on November 30th. Hold on, and this is one of the things, because I've been seeing people bark out there about fucking November, okay? And Manic, I forgot what you were saying. What Manic? What was the thing you sent me? Like, don't make me go to my DMs.
So this is now No Nova November.
No Nova November.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, like did they know this 2 weeks ago and could have massaged it into kind of the part, I'm not even going to say the community, the part of the community that gave a rat's ass about when the fucking alpha actually got released, or like the entire community, which is apparently what they did on the last day of the fucking month.
Well, Dirk, look, what I'll tell you is internally I had guys who were at Vegas asking me, hey, when am I going to get my alpha invite? When am I going to get my alpha invite? So people they wanted to know.
I asked that too.
So I think that's why they did it. But if they hadn't made the announcement that they were going to give out alpha invites, I don't think they would have had to say this at all. They could have just gone back and just redone it and not told anybody. But because they're not doing the alpha invites right now and they want everybody to shut up about it, they had to make this announcement. But I'm happy that, look, they're being transparent. At least they're telling us. That's a good sign.
That's true.
It's not a bad sign.
It is.
And Drayden, to the guy's point in chat, yeah, you play Eve. What the fuck are you complaining about? 12 hours.
I never watched tutorial videos on Eve. I just fucking did it. Maybe I should just do that.
By the 30th of the month, by the 30th of the month, which happened to be a Friday, so therefore leading into a fucking weekend, I do question the whole fucking thing of when they release it. And I also think, and I put it in the fucking show notes because it's my fucking show notes, the whole idea from a marketing standpoint of, if you're going to throw this out there, please, that week, would you also have a positive fucking, I don't know, release of some sort? Like, tell us what's coming in the December release kind of a thing. Like, have that within a 24-hour period just so you can fucking bury the sadness.
All right.
For those people who are legitimately sad or worked up or whatever.
It's a different game. It's a different team. I don't know.
I know it came straight.
Maybe we'll see something. Games. I mean, we're supposed to see devlogs coming soon. I'm waiting to see the War Deck dev blog. Fozzie was talking about doing stuff on Talking in Stations, so I'm waiting to see that.
He said a lot of things, bro. I mean,
yes, he did.
Because we've got December coming, like tomorrow, or like in
one of the things that he said that I'm extremely unhappy about is that they have not gotten their marching orders on the full War Deck
for Nova
spring, and I'm going to pound that shit into the ground until they do, because that needs to happen.
Shot for Nova. God bless. We'll see you. We'll see you when we see you, Nova.
Goodbye for now. Although they're not saying they're scrapping, they're just reworking it. So
they will. Look, Nova. At least Nova's not Star Citizen. I mean, it's not
anywhere. Well, because we haven't kickstarted it or GoFunded it.
Well, exactly. We haven't spent 77 or whatever.
Look at you,
number of
fucking
millions of dollars
with your T-shirt.
Wait, what T-shirt do you have?
He's got that fucking Nash Cadaver restaurant T-shirt
on.
Oh,
you do? That's so cute. I have my Mimitar T-shirt.
Oh, I should have worn my
fucking EVE Online T-shirt.
Drayden's got open comms.
Drayden's got open comms. Brisk's got
Shut up, Brisk.
Brisk's got his look. I'm wearing a fucking suit T-shirt.
Brisk, you should wear like the T-shirt that has the suit print on it.
He should wear a T-shirt that has a bikini on it.
Someday I'll do that, and I won't shave, and I'll look like a homeless man, and you guys will like, what the hell?
That'd be totally fucking funny.
Or like that. You should have like thrown us all for a loop, Brisk, and just come out with like a cabana and a Speedo or something.
I haven't done. At some point, I will do that. I almost thought about it tonight.
But you can't do that on Twitch.
Brisk, do you feel that you're a lobbyist for the people or for CCP?
I'm a lobbyist for the people. I'm not, but I want people to be fair because I want CCP to succeed so they can keep making the game that I like. You know, true. I don't want them to fail. I want them to make a lot of money so that they can keep hiring guys from underneath.
When did the CSM find out about the dunking on the 30th of the month of Nova, or what I like to call Nova?
When did I find out about it? When I saw it on Reddit this morning. That's when I found out about it.
Good for you. Good for you.
We did not get a heads up on that
because that's not part of your portfolio.
It's not Eve, so it's not really in our purview. The fact that they were willing to let us help and play the game a little bit and gave us access to alphas and stuff like that was courtesy. They didn't have to do that. That's not what I was elected to do.
I'm
not elected to play test their games, but I want to because I want to help because I want
to be successful. And honestly, since you weren't told about it in advance. You're not NDA'd, with your disgust of, any
No. I'm NDA'd on anything CCP, so I can't talk about detail stuff. But I mean, look, the stuff I'm saying is none of this. It's all in the public domain. They knew we were playing it. People have played it. It's not like I'm the only person that's played it. So people played it at Vegas. So at the end of the day, it's nice. I like it.
You're a really good fucking lobbyist, Brisk. You are.
You're absolutely damn right. I am.
You're so fucking both sides of the fence. I swear to God, I want you, not Jared Kushner, on both sides of the Palestinian-Israeli line.
Yeah.
I want you to walk down that line and find out where the fucking tunnels and landmines are.
We can do that. I can do that. Hey, I was the only one that I got the Coast Guard. I got some stuff in the Coast Guard bill passed.
I saw 12 that. Years, congratulations. We should do a shot for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that ship was.
You pass the Coast Guard?
You got some fucking extra credit for or whatever, but I was happy you did because you know why?
Wait, what were you trying to pass?
And I know you personally, and therefore, bam.
We just did. We just finished the Coast Guard bill for this year. They do one every year or so, but there was a provision in there that I've literally been working on for 12 years.
What did it say?
Basically,
from the time Brisk was 18 years old, he's been working on this.
When I originally started in the maritime industry, one of the big issues we had to deal with was invasive species and ballast water, and how do you deal with all the little critters that get in the ships that are going up and down the Mississippi and into the Great Lakes and everything. And all the states had enacted all their own little policies, but there was no one federal standard for all of this stuff. And the result was all of our companies were freaking out trying to figure out how they're going to comply with 27 different laws that all say different things. So we finally got the feds to do, one law that'll cover everybody. And it took us 12 years to do that. We finally got it done last week. So we're popping the champagne because literally of the list of stuff that I've tried to do since I started in the lobbying business, that was like the one thing that was still out there, like the big white whale that we've been chasing forever. And we finally got it done. So that was a good thing. We did it. 12 years.
What was the ship though? The ship?
It's what do you mean the ship?
The ship.
It's not an individual ship. It's.
I'm gonna have to go back and surf through your fucking tweets. What was the ship part of there was a boat, a ship? No, it was a ship.
Oh, the other thing. All right, the other part was There
it was all tied into the same fucking thing.
There's a 90-year-old paddle wheel steamer, old school riverboat gamble ship from the early 20th century, called the Delta Queen. It still exists. It still can sail. We've been trying to get it so that it can get. Basically, the Coast Guard right now doesn't let you have wooden ships anymore. They won't give you a certificate of occupancy.
Do you know why?
Inspection. Because they catch on fire.
Because they're fucking wood.
Correct.
And you catch on fire if you're in water. That's like
catching
on fire in the rain.
No,
Jesus, no, seriously?
Okay.
How do you catch on fire if you're in space?
There's no oxygen. It has to have fuel in space.
Yeah. Actually, she's like in
the
space.
Sun is a lie.
In space, if exposed to vacuum, there won't be fire unless there's actually fuel.
Stop it! Fire can happen.
Anyway, we had to get a special exemption for this wooden ship,
by the way.
And we did that, and that was like a 4-year deal, so that took longer. But
wait, so did you help the ship, or are you the bad guy?
No, he burned the fucking ship to the ground.
I mean, look.
See, now you can have a wooden boat, Dirk.
We helped the ship because
if the ship's on fire, you just
I want a wooden fucking spaceship.
Water.
That's what I want.
My members are going to be crewing the ship, so it's jobs for Americans. That's why we wanted to do it. So that's what we did. The Coast Guard is mad at me. I have a buddy who's a Coast Guard lawyer. He yelled at me and said you should have done this, but we did it anyway. But it was good.
The ship or the animals?
The animals are fine. There won't be any problem with animals.
There's no fucking animals on a ship, Rain. They're not royal
species.
Those guys are all dead.
Human beings.
We have to kill them.
Yeah, they kill the invasive species off.
We're not allowed to carry them.
Well, isn't the biggest problem coming from like ships coming from other countries though?
That's other states too.
That's the thing. We can't
Humans have wooden ships.
Whoa, hold on. We're not going to build a fucking seawall. You goddamn Pacific Coast motherfucker.
Build a wall around Hawaii.
No, but seriously,
ain't no Pacific Rim.
The whole point is
Kaiju ain't coming.
We need the goal. I mean, look, the goal is going to be the U.S. The International Maritime Organization, the UN group that handles maritime. They have their own standard. We have our standard. We'll have our ships live up to it. It'll be good. One standard for everybody, so nobody has to work. Like they were talking about. One of the things you don't realize, people don't realize about maritime is a lot of the laws, like the environmental laws, are not just civil; they're criminal sanctions. So if you like throw oil over the side of the ship, you can go to jail for that. So my whole issue was
who's there to see it though? It's like if a tree falls out in the fucking forest, who's there?
But it happens all the time.
If you just light it on fire, the oil goes away.
People get busted. There's these things called magic pipes that the engineers will install to just dump the oil over the side, so they don't have to crate it up and haul it around.
Not crack pipes.
When they get busted,
crack pipes.
Those guys go to jail for that.
Well,
so the whole thing was we didn't want our guys going to jail because there are 27 different states up and down the Mississippi, and every time you enter another state's waters, that the rules change. So that was one of the reasons why we did it. But anyway, 12 years, we got it done.
You know what? You look like a man who was willing to defend this. That is the hill you were going to die on, wasn't it? The fucking Delta Queen.
What about
that? Was the hill you were going to die on?
No, absolutely.
This was your baby from back when you were a young man.
No, the ballast water thing was my old school thing, and to the point of like we have gotten so close to getting this done like a dozen times before that until I actually was like watching the Senate floor and seeing them do it, I was like, I can't believe we actually got it done. It was pretty amazing.
I can't wait to see Brisk 16 years from now talking about how the 64-bit client was that thing he was there for back in the fucking day.
Look, I'll tell you, I should run on some of the shit that we did CCP wise or CSM wise because that stuff there was pretty solid lobbying.
I do actually want to bring up the whole idea of what's the CSM up to? Like, because honestly, look, dude, we don't have you on this fucking show because you wear a fucking suit and sip like drinks that we can't fucking pronounce. Okay,
lies. That's exactly why you have me on.
Well. What's going on with the CSM? We haven't heard from them basically since the minutes.
Well, I mean, we're doing what we normally do.
What are you guys normally doing?
Matter all, you can't pour oil over the side. What we're actually doing, we had a meeting today. We have meetings every Friday.
The Friday meetings don't matter. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah,
we have a December release.
How many of you are actually active right now?
We know nothing about it.
We haven't gotten any of the details. We haven't gotten any of the details about the December release yet.
What are you doing?
What do you mean you haven't gotten any details?
They have not given us what they're putting in it. We know a list of stuff that's being worked on, but we don't know exactly what's going to be in it.
On a scale from now to Project Nova, where are Lajian kill mails on that list?
It's for me. It's pretty close to the top because all my Logic guys are freaking out. They
Wait,
wanna
does
be on
that
the kill
mean
list.
top as in closer to Project Nova or closer to like right now?
I think it's closer to right now than it is.
Oh,
to
thank
Project
fuck.
Nova.
Okay.
You're under oath.
Don't worry about that. Look, we're talking about Wardex. We're talking about the next summit. The next summit's going to be in February. So we're planning that now, you know, and we're still every week we tell them a list of stuff. Like I went down a list of the things that people have been telling me today that they wanted talked about. So I told them about people are bitching they want Alliance skins. I talked about Wardex. I talked about the stuff Fozzie said on Talking Stations and the concerns about, you know, them not having, you know, been given the green light for a full revamp in March, and that was worrisome. And this is all the stuff that I said. But I mean, yeah, that's what we do. And we talked about. I also brought up the fact that the Drekavac and the Kikimora don't have skins, and that made me mad because my guys were bitching about no skins for the new ships yet. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we have to see what they're going to put in December before we see it. We haven't got the list of what's in the release yet.
Hey, guess what? It's December.
Not yet.
Well, it is.
Everybody
December.
go! It is an
Eve,
Eve, dude.
It is an Eve.
Yeah, an Eve. I got
It's
5
December
hours.
it's December in Reykjavik, I guess, but you know.
Just trying to check in. I'm trying when I was thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight, and therefore there was like nothing on the fucking list. I'm sitting there going, you know, we haven't asked our man on the CSM what's going on with the CSM.
Is all the CSM active? Everybody around, or
yeah? How are the relationships going? Like, you know, are people active? You know,
They're
is
fine.
there somebody you need to kick off? Is there anybody you want to poke because they just look visually really soft?
Well, I mean, besides the judge, I mean, he and I look like the exact same person.
He looks
so
soft, but still.
he looks like my kid. You know. I like the fact that Drayden's cat is here. I don't know where mine is. It's driving me crazy. He's downstairs.
Holy shit, Drayden! What do you have, a fucking cougar? The cat's head is huge.
I like
Look at the whole size of the.
Look at the size of that noggin.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's not fucking
He's
cute.
a big boy.
Massive.
It's a
What is that,
huge
lynx?
cat. It is a really big cat.
It's like sniffing
It's-
you. It's
I
so
think it's-
cute.
I think it's almost 20 pounds. This
All right,
cat's head.
all right,
Holy
there you go. Man,
shit,
got
Drayden,
his
that's
cat. Where
like
is my
your whole
cat?
upper body.
I wish
Oh,
my
you
cat's
cat
not
people.
here. I gotta go get him.
Maybe they'll like recognize each
So
other. Like
cute.
I'm sure my cat is scratching at my door right now, but whatever, woman, chill.
Now, I will
Cat.
say, one of the Christmas presents that my wife wanted, so I did it, even though it's against my better judgment, is we put a deposit down on a dog.
God bless you, Brisk.
Please tell me
She
you're
was
not
a
buying
dog.
from a breeder.
Rescue,
Yes.
man. Rescue
Yes,
for
we are
life.
buying
Adopt.
from a breeder.
Breeder in
Don't shop.
Pennsylvania. Don't buy from a
Adopt.
breeder in Pennsylvania.
Don't
It's from
shop.
Maryland.
Adopt. Don't shop.
Look, that's what I said. Howie, my
Go
cat
to a
was
mall
a
and
rescue.
buy your dog from a mall breeder.
Yeah,
She
because
she wants a sheepadoodle, and that's what we're gonna get
What?
someday.
a sheep.
Why
can't
did
wait to
you
see
get?
that thing on
Why
She's
did
like
you
a half
get a
sheep, half
rescue
poodle.
dog? Come on, Brisk, you're a politician.
It's
Get a
half
fucking
English
What kind
rescue
of
sheepdog,
dog is
half
it?
poodle.
Oh,
Yes.
sheepdog.
Yeah, gross.
I just
English
thought a
sheepdog,
sheep-
half poodle. This
a
is what she
sheep and
wanted.
a poodle.
I can't say no to her, so she.
You're a
gets what she
politician who
wants.
hasn't been elected yet. Go get a
Well,
rescue dog. That'll
look,
get you like
I'm not getting
18,
any dog.
20 more votes.
Here's what I said. I'm not getting any dog until my cat passes away, and he's 17, so she kind of assumes it's going to happen. But the deposit is we get to pick from a litter anytime between now and doomsday.
Oh, well,
Yeah, because all
wait,
they do is
time-
fucking breed
time
the
out,
shit
time
out of them
'cause
and
now-
abuse those
Now
poor
you've put a
animals.
fucking death sentence onto your fucking cat.
Poor
That's
cat.
what I said. I said this is bullshit because you guys are like taking bets that my cat's going to die, and that's crap.
Do you know what's funny is?
It's not
now,
fucking
this
bets.
dog is gonna be up
You
Brist's
have
ass.
literally put your wife onto. I'm going to find a way.
Look, this is what she wants, and I'm not going to say no to that. But if she thinks that they're going to get the dog before the cat's dead, it's not going to happen.
I once heard a man said he hoped his wife's parrot died, and then like within a week, his wife's parrot died. So
Do you know how his
fucking
fucking
shitting
wife's
me?
parrot died?
Yeah, I wonder.
If Howie doesn't make it to Christmas, I'm going to be very upset.
You will be
I'm just
very
kidding,
upset,
Manic.
but will you also be investigating how he passed away?
Oh yeah. Look,
I
I've
can
made no
order an
problem.
autopsy.
The cat has been with me longer than the kid and the wife combined. So, no,
instantly
not
more
gonna
important
happen.
than all of them.
No,
Correct.
not more important, but
It's
just
been through
still
all the
questionable.
ups and downs, man. The cat's been there.
The
Cats
cat
will
has
always
been there.
love you. Humans
Since
won't.
2003, the cat has been there.
Cat, look, I was always a fucking dog person, like growing up and shit like that. And then I got fucking lazy, and I'm sitting there going, you know what, fucking cats. And Harry, I don't want to hear about all the fucking stories about how like cats can't deal with themselves and shit out there. But like literally, they can totally deal with themselves.
They're
like honestly, you are a sideshow to them, and like if you can help them out once in a while, they appreciate it. Like
that is honestly
rub against
that is why I love
against
cats
you when you're
so
wearing
much.
black
It's
pants.
the ideal relationship.
That's more of a
what
cat
I like
person.
about cats too.
Cats
because
are
I don't
very
have to
low
worry about
maintenance.
walking. And I told my wife, I said, look, I'm gonna make it clear. All right, if you get it, if you want this dog, it's your dog.
Oh, no,
I'm not walking it.
Nope.
I'm not cleaning the shit up.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
yeah,
as long as you
yeah.
buy the dog,
Not risk,
your
you are.
child
I know I will.
saying,
I know I
promise,
will.
Daddy, I'll walk
will.
the dog.
Dogs
But the
are
fact
Never
is-
accept a child's promise.
Cats
I
are
am
like-
and
We're
have
gonna
always
see this
been a
dog
cat
on his
guy.
lap during the stream. Like it's gonna be glued to him now.
I know it's gonna happen. I guarantee it's gonna happen. But
Cats are easy though. Cats are it's like
I'm putting the
if they have a
marker
litter
down.
box, food, and water. That's all they need, and they'll get attention from you when they want it, and then most of the time they're like, eh,
Can't be bothered.
yeah.
wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Squishy, did you die? Did they kill you?
Squishy, what are you
Come on,
doing?
Squishy, just 'cause you bring us doesn't mean you have to fucking like Brexit on us right now.
I got 2 of the interceptors, so you know.
Where are you
All right, well, that's
flying?
good. You took 2 at least then.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
get war decked? Did you fly into a war deck system?
Wait, are you fighting BL?
Are you in a
No,
jump
the
freighter by
Darkest-
chance?
I got killed by 29 cormorants.
Oh jeez.
Wait, MC?
That
That was a joke.
I was confused for a second. I was like, wait.
Mostly cormorants. MC.
Cats are adorable plants with personalities. I actually have a little succubus I've been growing. No, wait. Succulent, not succulent.
I was like,
You've been growing a succubus? Rain.
It's a goddamn
Rain dabbling in the dark arts.
But no, I have a little succulent.
That's that
I've been
devil
growing.
worship.
And it's actually like so cute. I named it Theodore, and he's like just sitting out by like my little like sliding door so he can get some sunlight in the fucking winter.
All right, I'm going to get my cat because I'm not going to have you guys have a cat here with my cat. I'll be back.
I am the succubus.
Demon. I probably wouldn't say no to a succubus though.
I really feel bad for Brisk's cat. I just want to say that while he's away because we know that
feel
there's a
bad for
murder
his
that's going to
wife.
happen in Virginia.
Okay, can I bring up something I want to talk about because there's people in this room that can comment on it.
Hold on, is this Iron Wolf? Dude, when we were out in fucking Vegas, you didn't actually have a fucking thought in your head other than you're not a fucking Israeli Secret Service
No,
agent.
the only thought I had in my head is get the fucking Tito's away from me, and
all of a sudden now you want to be like, can I bring up a topic that's relevant to me?
bro. Well, I'll just say now that that up north we've had some people pull out and unable to beat.
When you say up north, can you define the north?
Oh, sorry. Declan and Branch, Horde were attacking.
So Horde, I'm sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy Renter Space.
No, Dead Coalition, bro. Come on.
Whatever.
Dead Coalition was defending against Horde and Black Legion, and I guess there was no momentum. They couldn't get going.
You mean
no,
Horde and Black Legion pulled out at the end of November, like they said they would?
Well, I mean,
is that what you're talking about? Or are you trying
you
to
also
spin?
said that they were.
Howie!
We said we were pulling out at the end of
No.
November.
He said if
Yes,
they got
we
momentum,
did.
you guys would have kept
No,
going.
we said we would pull out at the end of November, quote unquote, one way or another. I don't know how much you want to sit here and fucking spin garbage, but if you're gonna do it, make sure I'm not here. I'm gonna fucking check your garbage.
You can
Oh
check
my
garbage all
god,
you want.
Logic Girl, relax. It's like chill.
She'll teach you to chop that
We're
fucking
just all
lettuce.
we're just all fucking chill here. We're just like we're letting
Like,
people just
sorry,
fucking
like
talk
there's
and
a
shit.
literal fucking VOD of Elo saying we are going to leave by the end of November, one way or another.
There's a
so
little
don't
fucking
sit
VOD
here
of Elo stealing
and
booze
spin
in
your
Vegas a few
fucking
years ago, but like
bullshit.
everybody denies that too.
It's all about
Whatever. I
pulling
got my
out.
fucking shot up. Whatever.
Oh, what is the shots for Horde retreating?
Yeah, Horde's going back to defend Gemini.
Whoa, what
I
is
believe
Dancing
that
Shark?
was leaked.
What do you mean
Dancing
dancing
Shark,
shark? What?
Some emote just
Beer
popped
rain.
up as a dancing shark.
I don't see a dancing shark.
Oh, it was a
Nobody-
raid.
nobody
Father
saw
Delve
it.
just raided. Okay, that's what it was.
Who did what?
Father Delve just raided with 22 viewers.
Fuck yeah,
I
Father
think that
Delve.
I think that was the dancing shark. It was a dude in a shark suit dancing.
Who gives a shit? Whatever. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
He made that pop up on our stream.
Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
When you raid,
God bless. We should get more raids.
Do we drink for a raid? We've never had a raid.
Well,
this is our first raid.
We've had plenty
Jans
of raids.
and Shark, yeah.
We had that IP fuck up our raid thing, or that fuck up our IP raid time, and then there was the other time.
No,
when,
that
like,
wasn't a raid. That was
like other raids.
that was an auto host that took the channel down and then auto hosted. But I mean, I'll just do it. I think I just did a shot, but
I mean, I just did a shot.
Shots for a raid.
I'll do a shot. We got a raid. Fuck it.
Why
Let's
not?
do another shot. Why wouldn't we do a shot? Isn't that really what this show is
kind
for?
of what we do.
Is for saying, you know what? Look, this is what we're known for, right? We're not known for people coming on here and getting Rain all pissed off about, like,
Oh, we're not for
Sorry,
that.
if you're
didn't
gonna
hold
spin
up to the
shit, make
fucking
sure you
end
do
of
it
the
on
bargain
like the
that they
fucking
said they
meta
would.
show.
You know,
That's right. White Knight Rain. I get it. That's cool.
we have not.
It's not really
had-
white knighting when I'm literally pointing
We totally
out
are.
facts.
We're gonna white knight you, Rain. You know why? Because I'm a man and I'm gonna speak
Like,
in
I
defense
literally
of you.
have video evidence. You're like, no, man, like, like, nope, it's literally right there.
By the way, that
Where-
was a
where are all
shot-
the
that was a
people-
shot for the fucking raid.
Like, holy shit.
Where are all the people saying Rain sucks in the chat? They haven't been around for a while.
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Why is,
They probably
why
fucked
are none
off
of the
when they
people
got
coming in
fucking
with
banned.
the fucking raid?
They kind of
going,
did.
Dirk sucks. Please, would you look?
Dirk, we tell you that in
Can
the-
I get a fucking Dirk sucks from everybody out in fucking Twitch chat, please?
Yeah.
Just right now. Hold on, wait a second. Now while I'm reading this
Yeah,
thing,
everyone's saying Rain
Plus.
sucks. Yeah, like.
Oh, thank you, Darker Clouds.
Keep
that
going.
That was beautiful. Thank you, fucking Darker Clouds.
All right.
Everybody
We'll let it
give
run
me
for.
a fucking Dirk sucks. I want to see the whole fucking screen lit up with fucking Dirk sucks.
Yeah, we'll let it run for another minute, and then I'll just go through
Actually,
and ban
BC
everyone
sucked.
that said
I
Dirk
was
sucks.
like-
Rain sucks. You're all banned. Kidding.
You guys can ban me
You're
so I
fine.
can go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm old.
All right.
It's 10 o'clock on a Friday.
Come on, Brisk.
I have books.
You've
or
had a
something
long
to
You're
do.
week.
going
I
to
know
bed?
You have.
You don't.
You've had the whole
It's obvious
coast,
politicians
You've gone
don't
from
work
the Coast
weekends,
Guard
so-
Look,
thing
I'll tell you
to
flat
everything
out.
else, and
Bye,
then
Brisk.
Argentina.
I have not been in bed before like 2 a.m. for like the last year.
It's because you've been on fucking Twitter too much, Brisk.
It's not Twitter. It's like I can't sleep.
It's your fucking
At night.
boy
Stop
who's
looking
keeping
at
you
your
up at night.
phone.
I'm gonna
I
tell you
can't
right
sleep
now. I'm gonna tell you
anymore.
right now.
Stop
you and me
doing
both
cocaine.
need to lay it off onto fucking Brad. Tell that motherfucker to chill. He's like way too fucking hot in the fucking timeline.
He's got too much stuff going on. He's a Twitter celebrity now. My buddy Brad Moss, who a fraternity brother of mine, went to college together. He's like super national security lawyer guy. He's on Twitter, and he's constantly going crazy. And Dirk follows him and me, so we get into it.
Hold on,
sometimes.
hold on.
It's funny.
I follow you, which led me to this national security guy, and it's like, you know what? Me and that motherfucker. I wish he would just answer me back because him and I could have a fucking podcast.
I will tell him. I'll tell him to do that. I say,
You know what?
respond to
If he,
Dirk,
could just-
damn it.
if he could grab a bottle of fucking 24-year aged fucking anything, whatever, just like age it 24 fucking years. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
I got that.
We're
I
just,
got-
we're,
I
we're
got
just gonna
lots of
have
stuff
that
on the
conversation
bar.
because I'm gonna tell you right now. That's where Dirk's moving to in 3 weeks.
Where?
Where?
To
You're moving
West Virginia.
I'm not moving my house. I'm just
to the
like
place where you belong.
I'm moving to the place
Country
where
roads?
I belong.
Yeah, he's moving to his bed, where he will not be.
I'm gonna
moving
be in my
because of his
bed
back.
in a fucking snuggie, like
You have a
taking the
Snuggie?
fucking snuggie side of all this shit.
The funny thing is, like, everyone's like, "Oh, Snuggie." It's like there's an easy way to get a Snuggie. You take a bathrobe and turn it.
Of course, there's a
around
fucking
and
easy way to
wear
get a
it
snuggie.
front
There was always an
ways.
easy way to get a snuggie. Fuck snuggie.
Are you trying to tell me
A Snuggie is a bathrobe
that
worn
my
backwards.
Snuggie is just a backwards bathrobe?
It's actually not even a backwards bathrobe. If you
Can
wore
I
your
can I
Snuggie
convert
backwards,
it? Can I
would be a
convert it to a
bathrobe.
frontwards bathrobe?
Hold on, because a backwards
Is it backwards
bathrobe
compatible?
Would just be a
Wait.
fucking hospital
Reverse.
bathrobe.
Yeah,
My
if I,
wife
so if I
buys
turn it
these,
inside out, then it's facing frontwards.
My wife buys these ponchos, and every time I see her wearing these things, I'm like, "Hey, it's Clint Eastwood," and she finally got the joke. But
That was because of the two guns you were wearing on each side
no,
of your
it just
fucking
she looks
poncho,
like
Brisk.
Clint Eastwood and Good Bad and the Ugly with the bulletproof vest and stuff. It looks like that.
That wasn't a poncho. That was just a
No,
shoulder cover. That also
it was
allowed him
fistful
to
of
get
dollars.
his
It was
six-shooters.
fistful of dollars. He was wearing like a rug as a poncho.
Is
it wasn't a rug, motherfucker. It wasn't a rug.
It was a rug. It was like
it was
woven
rug, like a rug, but like by today's standards.
Yeah, but it was
like
also,
not back then.
It was a decorative rug.
They didn't have that much cotton back then.
A good rug.
Nobody was able to mine.
It was
that
it was a good movie. Who cares what he was wearing? It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. He can wear whatever he wants, and like I said, my wife wears those all the time. And
Rain, have you seen Fistful of Dollars?
No, but you're all weird.
I've seen A Fistful of Dollars.
No, the movie. Clint Eastwood. We were just talking about this, Raiden.
No.
Oh, I was Blastum showed up. I was talking to him in chat.
Now I will
talk to him in chat.
Me and some of my buddies were talking about good movies from back in the day that we haven't seen in a while.
Moving up the fucking scales out there. By the way, if nobody knows where fucking Blastum
Great Escape is a good one. Fuck yeah.
We said that Blastum is not going to be here because he's working this weekend, and then like Blastum's like, fuck you, bitch, because I'm out. Okay. Blastum has been moving on to other things, and I believe that Blastum is actually moving on to
Country Roads.
Not country
to take
fucking
him home?
roads. Like he's moving up in the fucking
to the
state
place.
finals of like
what's
going on out there in fucking Nevada. Like Nevada is a crazy place.
I don't say
shit
West
like
Virginia.
that.
Mountain Mama.
I changed the lyrics when it says West Virginia. I say Old Virginia because West Virginia is not a state. It does not exist.
It's
like honestly.
He means Western Virginia. Come on, Brisk.
We call West Virginia occupied Virginia.
It reminds me, man. There was an old Simpsons episode when I was a kid, and it was like
Springfield and Shelbyville.
The grandpa was sewing an American flag, and they're like, "Grandpa, this flag only has 49 stars on it." He's like, "I'll be dead before I recognize Missouri." Or whatever.
There you go.
See, that's really.
I feel that
funny.
way about
for those of you out there that
he
don't
took out
understand
the
about
Missouri
what Missouri
Star.
is, it's like I'm sorry. However, I do want to give a shout out to my man. Fucking blast him to hell.
Blast him.
We love you, brother.
That motherfucker's moving up in the world. He's gone on beyond us, and he's out there like having his voice being cascaded across actual football stadiums in America.
I can't wait to see him on Monday Night Football. So when I listen to those other jackasses.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God, that would be so fucking totally cool. And if one night he was totally shout out Open Comms from 20 years ago.
Well, the funny thing is like, he was Scott Van Pelt. I don't know if you guys. He used to play basketball, I guess. College.
Did he?
But he did like a ESPN radio show in the morning. Now he does like some late night like football thing. He looks like Blasphemy.
Was he a basketball guy from Idaho?
No, he played for Maryland, I think.
Oh, from Maryland.
Yeah.
You would think Brisk would know him if like he meant something.
You know, it's funny. Like I followed college basketball a lot when I was at school because that was the thing we had.
Until that guy had a heart attack, right?
Well, I mean, Len Bias, that was a big deal back then.
That was really fucking bad, right?
You know, but GW that we didn't have a football team. We only had a basketball team. So I went to like every GW basketball game for like 6-7 years when I was in college. And now I don't do it anymore. I just don't watch it. So except for like March Madness and shit. It's scary how many guys died during like doing games and stuff last time. That kind of freaks me out, actually.
There's the Scott Van Pelt thing I put it in chat. That like it doesn't look exactly like Blastum, but close enough.
Drayden, that looks nothing like Blastum.
It looks just like.
Listen, no, you probably think all bald guys look alike.
I mean, it's bald and has glasses. It's the same thing.
That looks nothing like
that guy's got a weird shaped head. Blastum does not have a weird shaped head.
Oh, damn it.
We have 40 minutes till the end of the show. There are a couple of other topics here that I actually wanted to fucking raise, but I'm going to raise this topic first. Look, the fact of the matter is, I think I've got 2 more shows left until I roll the fuck out of this bitch.
Yeah, you say that, liar.
I'm not saying I won't come back. I'm saying
Jerk,
hiatus.
Are you gonna die?
Saying fucking sabbatical. I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to make a really good fucking effort to like bail my ass out of all of this shit, okay? But I need to seriously fucking ask, what the level of fucking planning is, because right now I'm not fucking seeing it. If you actually want to carry this shit out, it's like it's all fucking totally fucking cool to be like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Dirk will take up 30% of the show.
Dirk, do you realize? You realize when I first came on the show, you were gone for 3 months, and we did perfectly fine.
Yeah,
that was.
Or was
my
memory not there?
That was the BC incident. Drayden, BC, and I carried the show, plus a couple others, right?
And 15% of every week was.
How did we get
Dirk's still not here?
No, it wasn't. But now it's gonna be myself, Drayden, Brisk, maybe like a couple others. We can bring LB back on.
Which is totally cool, because
all of you
are people who are absolutely capable of being able to speak about things. The question is whether or not are you actually going to bring up things like show notes, like ideas for like talking about things.
I take
it's all
meeting
up in the
minutes.
Head.
Meeting minutes, Dirk. It's
all
in my head.
I'll start doing the show notes.
I'm not saying I'm not.
Why is everybody fighting?
Notes and shit like that, but like
no,
we can't stop.
Dad's
conversation.
That's why.
It's as usual. Dirk thinks that without us, without him, we're all going to be slobbering idiots and not capable of carrying on a show for 2 hours.
If we go 10 seconds without a fucking voice being spoken here, that's fucking dead air. It's dead air.
Dirk, if it's a podcast, we can edit
because there was
it.
we were talking about
it's not a fucking podcast.
It's
literally a live recorded show that we then fucking like drunkenly podcast.
The podcast
we
is
spend most of our time yelling over top of each other. I think if we just don't talk over each other for a show, we'll have enough to fiddle 2 hours.
Possibly.
Trust me.
Dirk, come on, we'll be fine.
I'm more thinking about like topics and like whether or not people have.
Dirk, are you dying?
Half the topics were all because of me. Half of the topics today, you wanted to talk about fucking Supergirl or some shit.
All right, hold on a second. All right.
Number
Dirk,
one,
you're absolutely right. We're not going to be able to do the show without you. This means you can't leave. You have to stay.
I'm with Brisk.
You're gonna do the show from your fucking hospital.
I'm moving off to a real world politics fucking podcast.
I'm not talking about
nothing to do with my
politics
fucking neck, okay? But like, it is basically, look, I'm not gonna sit here and be part of something that like I'm not actually playing at the fucking moment. I actually believe in that shit. I legitimately fucking believe in play the fucking thing you're talking about. And
then log in.
I can't fucking do that about EVE Online right now. I can't. Okay, I've tried.
I'm gonna log in right now as we speak. Come on, log in.
Yeah, you can. I can totally fucking log in. I've got shit out there that's at risk that I should totally fucking log.
Dirk, can
like
I
honestly,
super
right now, if I could light my own Sino, I totally fucking would. Does anybody want to light me a Sino?
I'll light your Sino, Dirk.
Okay.
I have a clone PR tack. I'll fucking light you a Sino.
Here's the fucking thing. I wouldn't leave where I was, okay, just because, okay, but I more want you guys to be able to like fucking pick up the idea of like which one of you, okay, when I say which one of you, I literally mean I think it's only going to be one of you, okay, that actually picks up the idea of what topics, what things to touch upon this evening.
Yes, that will be me, Dirk. It will be fine.
No, I don't believe it'll be you, Rain.
Why not? Drayden runs the show.
Don't get any extra credit than anybody else sitting on this fucking.
It seems pretty obvious to me
topics.
that we would talk about the Project Nova email. You know, we could talk about other stuff that happened. I mean, look, there's been stuff that's happened in EVE during the week we could talk about. I mean, the problem really right now is that it's kind of quiet. Other than Horde leaving the north and deciding to run back to Gemini with their tail between their legs, there's not been much happening. So other than that, all right, we can talk about that for like 5 minutes.
Dirk, I've been helping with show notes since I fucking joined. Drayden runs the fucking show. Brisket's here for all the fluff and the spin. Like, what more do you need?
Don't act like you're frying a fucking egg and I'm making hash browns, okay? What do you mean by you've been helping with show notes?
Dirk, look at your show notes right now. How much of that was me? Note, all of mine are in caps.
Horde, fuck this guy up.
Why do you do that? Like, why do you always caps?
I'm sorry, Black Legion. Black Legion, fuck this guy up. Black Legion, fuck that guy up. Black Legion, fuck the other guy. Yes, yeah. I get where you're coming with all those line items.
Sorry, I saw Imperium spin onto the Imperium channel, Dirk McGurk.
Is that what our show notes are going to do? Like, these guys fuck these dudes, but then they leave them a reach around.
I get where you're like,
Tess came in and said, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Elo made
there you go. I put some show notes in there for you, Dirk.
The few battles that have occurred this week, I noted that.
Hold
the
on.
few things
and don't
in
get me
news
wrong.
this week,
Don't get me wrong.
that.
I'm asking for who's gonna be the one to step up. I don't give
Dude,
a shit what the fuck you put in. I don't give a shit what the fuck you put in there because you know what? I'm gonna be doing my thing for that week and a half or whatever, and then I'm gonna be doing my fucking thing. I'm gonna be out on a fucking Friday night being like rolling YouTube fucking songs on fucking Twitter. Okay, I want to know who's gonna sit there and go, what are we talking about?
That's me, Dirk.
Is it all gonna be fucking?
Have you not seen
Black
me host
Legion
shows?
Suck the dick that night?
Or host
are you gonna have that?
We might.
Or host like literally fucking anything.
Dirk,
or,
I'm a politician. I could talk 2 hours about nothing.
Or how about the fact that I have connections
Brisk,
from all
I'm
over the
more worried
fucking
about
internet.
you to the extent of I don't want you to sit there and go, I came on here because you know what? It was a fucking social joint where we all talked about it, but everything was always fucking Black Legion, Black Legion, Black Legion.
I don't
You're
think
just mad,
gonna
Dirk,
be
that
Black
your
Legion.
Then I would talk about it.
alliance slash
I mean,
coalition
we
doesn't
could
do
talk
fuck all.
about Snuffed Elves fucking up Darkness Supers.
Yeah, we could talk about
That
it
right
I
now.
put on the
Killing
list
5
as
That
minutes
well.
happening right
today.
now?
Thank you, Iron Wolf. I put that on the list as well. Dirk McGurk.
Can we go breaking news?
Can we
It's
go
not breaking. I mean, they've been
Oh, it's
dying
not
for
breaking,
months, right?
right.
I mean,
That happened last
It
night,
happened,
Dirk.
right?
We can talk about Squishy killing 5 Nixes today because I love him. How about that? We can
Did
talk
you
about
kill-
that.
I only
Guess
got
who
on
got
3 of
Squishy
them.
on the show?
You
Dirk
know what?
McGurk.
Fucking
Squishy,
Dunk
you have the
Dinkle
floor.
is even dunk dinking me right now.
Is he dunk dinking?
He's like, fuck you, Dink.
Thank you, next. Yes, I
Fuck
love
you,
that song.
Dink McGink.
Wait, what's thank you next?
Unfortunately.
I'm out of the loop.
It's the
I
Ariana
already got
Grande
on
song where she
3.
Well,
pretty
thank
much-
you next is basically
where she
Honestly,
says thank
Coalition
you
getting
next
dunked
for
in the
exes.
Merkles.
I'm so fucking grateful for
I
my ex. Thank you next.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's her. It's her
Does that
about her
even have
personal
to be
growth.
deciphered? I mean,
I've
what the
never
fuck,
heard it.
Drayden?
I barely even know the name Ariana Grande.
So
I don't even know
Squishy,
what
tell-
song she sings. I
Squishy,
just
tell
heard
us
the
how
name.
it
She's
was.
the new
With
fucking
your dread.
Elise Randolph
Drayden,
of our age.
are you like 50 now? You don't listen to pop
I
music
don't listen to
anymore?
pop music. I don't really listen to the radio, but when I do, I turn it on the rock
So what do
station.
you listen to?
I don't even know what fucking
Which I'm even
bottle to reach
disappointed
for.
in what's on rock, like the radio with rock now. It's not. It's like all this weird indie emo rock. It's not even.
Drayden,
like,
you can't afford
the
a
good
radio.
old shit.
can you? That's what the problem is.
When I was in high school, my goddamn music back in the day it was. There's no more Mudvayne or Slipknot or Static X anymore. It's all this fucking.
Yes, and
Other
Rage
new
Against
shit.
the Machine always meant what they meant for the generation they were in. It's like, yes, we've all been there, bro. Fucking
Manic is
Jefferson
like
Airplane,
facepalming you
motherfucker.
right now, Drayden. Manic has been
Dunk
facepalming
Dinkle
you
is
for like
out
the
there
last 3
saying,
minutes.
but what about Jefferson Airplane?
Who?
Drayden's like,
No.
I
Exactly.
haven't
I've heard the name, but I don't know what
album.
songs they sing. I'm not that familiar with class. I know a
What are we
bit
doing
like
a
the
shot
popular
for,
classic.
Dirk? Are you being butt mad about everyone? thinking
Crows?
You're the
Yeah.
fucking only man carrying this fucking show.
That has to be you.
On his
Oh,
back.
Manic, you're the only one with the technology
I'm
for
good,
that.
guys. Let me carry.
Oh, no, LB.
Let me
LB's
carry.
in here.
Let
I
me
take it back.
kills.
Being
Let
the
me
man
carry.
Uphill
carrying the
both
show.
ways.
Let me
in
kill.
the snow
Where are
with
my
no
heels? Where's my
shoes.
heels, guys? Let me carry. I'm the only one fucking
Jeez.
doing shit.
Don't make me put my fucking backpack on and throw you in it, Rain.
Might as well call you a garbage man with you carrying this trash.
No
Oh,
shit.
shiz.
Oh, damn.
snap. Wait,
So what,
Oh
what
my
about
god,
Northern
why could
Coalition
we all
killing
say
Workle,
fucking
getting the
garbage
Workles
or
lost?
shit? Like, what was wrong with that?
Somebody needs to ping out that we're fighting each other because we only have 100.
No, we're not. We're not. We'll never let that fucking happen.
handle.
Even with Manic Velocity's lime fucking green screen. What the fuck?
It's not
I like
lime.
his
It's
green screen.
like
What do you
that
have
is,
a green screen
motherfucker.
for?
it's not even
How's
lime.
a
It's
lime green
wrong with
screen?
his
no,
green
it's
screen?
like antifreeze colored.
It is
It's perfect.
antifreeze.
It's
but, like,
literally antifreeze.
antifreeze
That's-
before you mix water into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. It's the premix. It's the pure 100%.
That's like straight up Prestone. I don't know. What
We're not
Manic's
making fun of you,
seeing,
Manic,
like,
just
when
your
he looks
green
behind
screen.
him, but like totally Manic, literally fucking 50-50 Prestone. All that being said, I just really wanted to fucking migrate to the next story of
Can we talk
Horde
about
getting
American Truck
dunked.
Simulator?
Can we talk about how is Iron
What
Wolf
story?
doesn't have permissions in the chat?
You know
Right.
what?
Come
I
on.
think my
Why
For
is
some
Squishy
reason-
not talking?
I didn't subscribe again for some reason.
How is he
You,
going
you
to
can
get
read
away
it
with
now.
this?
I'd give
Squishy,
you
keep
60
talking.
seconds.
You just gotta talk over everyone. I know it's not polite, but you just gotta talk over everyone.
Pull him a cloud.
Being British, you don't want to do that.
Well, you gotta learn how to be American.
It's yeah. This is
No, hold on.
Oh, God.
You gotta learn to be your own isolated fucking island. How about that?
Right, so what you're saying is I should mute everyone and just keep talking?
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
That's what we're all
doing.
doing.
Guess what? The channel got closed. Bitch got to talk, and nobody's there to talk to me.
When did this tribute fight happen? That's awesome.
You talking about the one I just linked?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no,
that
no,
is...
not the guy that has a fucking American accent. The guy that has a British accent.
I want Wolf to talk.
wasn't involved in the tribute.
Oh, you wanted Wolf to talk. My bad.
Wait,
My
what fight
bad.
were you involved in?
I thought we were moving
I got
off.
a
I
bounce,
thought we were
guys.
moving off into.
Thanks for having
While Macron
Manic,
is
we'll
in
see you, buddy. Thanks
Argentina.
for coming on.
Squishy
Bye,
was-
Manic. Love you.
See you, Manic.
Yeah, the tribute one that just happened now was NC. That was happened about an hour ago.
Oops, sorry.
What happened?
Rate My Ticks lost
Manic,
6 works.
Yeah, from the post they put on Reddit, it seems like they dropped on him to get a fight, but they didn't bother for getting a fight, so they just killed all the Rockles.
Which is kind of
Sounds
interesting.
familiar.
PL died, NC died, everybody's dying. It's
To
all
who?
fucking dying. This is a fucking
Just now,
domino
stuff
effect,
out.
people. This
Oh.
is the reverse Cuba fucking Korea effect.
Thanks, Trey.
This is what happens. It just ticks the fucking
Boom, dynamite.
Well,
bam.
I'm seeing
Not
Snuff
bam.
making a lot of moves, doing some
Boom.
things now that they have the corps that have joined Snuff. They're doing a lot more things and
Like
dropping a lot more
Israd.
dudes. Yeah,
Is it
like
Elitist
Peanut
Ops
Ops
fucking
today.
being top
Yes.
corp, top killers, from what I've heard?
Elitist Ops just got there like what, last week?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if they're
they've
top
been there for
corp,
about a
that
week and a half.
obviously reflects poorly on the rest of Snuffed Out.
No, it doesn't. They're kicking shit. They're kicking
That means
ass.
everyone else is
Snuff is
slacking.
always
Stuff
dropping
is
things.
great. They're
It might
badass.
just
I love
mean
those
that
guys.
like crazy ass fucking killboards actually translated that shit over posthumously.
Well, we had a bunch of Snuffed Out in that Darkness engagement last night.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Because
So
we
what
run
happened
last
stuff.
night
Stuff
then?
is awesome.
How that whole thing happened was, as I just roam around Declan every now and then, and I would constantly just hassle all the FCs, constantly pinging them. There's Rourke was here, and I guess they eventually just got sick of it, and they were like, "Fine, we'll fucking do something about these Rourkles." And so we jumped in 3 dreads to basically try and get them in panic mode, but we couldn't break it with just the 3 dreads, so we jumped in another 3 dreads. And that was enough, as well as our subcap fleet coming in. And then I guess they thought, oh, it's only 6 dreads. Let's just drop the hammer. So they dropped
10 treads.
No, well, it was only 6 on grid at the start.
Oh, okay.
And then they jumped in their super fleet, and then we lit the second Sino and dropped in about 60 in it and Snuffed Out dreads on top of them.
Okay, yeah.
And then the
I'm sorry, I
the
missed that
mad
fight.
Darkness Discord pings.
Oh
I
yeah,
think they
yeah.
need,
The
more
what?
faxes in the standing fleet.
Sword and Minnow were basically pinging like line. We need
More
faxes.
faxes,
We
more
need this. We
faxes,
need
more
this. We
faxes.
need that. I
More
should.
faxes in standing fleet.
I didn't know
Reddit.
NC Dot did mining.
I was
yeah, dude.
laughing
What a
this
team.
morning. I was going to Gita to pick up some implants for the new rag, and I went through Hikonen, and apparently there's a snuffed fort there that's named Elo is overrated. I thought you'd like that, Ring.
Whoa.
I understand.
Hold on. I want to let Rain say what she wants to say, like being the woman she is.
Rain, don't be hurt.
Say what? Like I don't have anything
About
to say.
how Elo's overrated.
I can see where the cult personality comes from, but I also know
Can you
him.
see that?
Well, I told Elo that, and he said it's true. So I mean,
Hold on.
it's
He
acceptable.
he tries to pretend to be humble.
Oh shit.
He's a cult personality
I
though.
want
So
Rain to tell us how she's humble and she's also not part of the fucking toxic masculinity complex of Eve
Oh
Online.
shit, Drake.
Or
can you-
Elo.
what?
Which is
Drake,
totally
will you
fucking
give
extra
Iron Wolf
fucking-
frickin' chat permissions? For Christ's sake.
This is the
Rain.
No.
Rain.
Wait,
No,
in
what?
I
in the
want you
Twitch
to
chat?
defend
Massad.
Elo.
Did I tell you
I can't
guys
give
my
him
Elo
Sorry,
story?
permissions
Reps on
'cause
Elo.
the
Did I tell
channel
you guys
bot
my Elo
does
story
it. If they're
at
not-
Vegas?
Was
I wanna hear
this
it.
your
What?
all reps on Elo story?
This is where you got like super fucking drunk and I had to babysit.
No,
And I go
no,
into-
you never had to babysit Elo
I
because
did have
Elo
to
was always in a
babysit
room
Elo.
that you weren't in, Rain.
Whoa.
I thought Headliner was babysitting Elo.
No. So Wednesday night after karaoke,
Number one, the two of them were
attempting-
never babysitting each other. They were just in rooms
They
that
both
like
needed to be babysat. Both Headliner and Elo. But there was
I just posted the thread with the pings from like Sort and Minnow, like
But-
berating their Discord.
God,
But
I feel
Elo was
so
like
bad for
fucking
them.
drunk as fuck, and I went to check on him to make sure he wasn't like dying in his vomit type thing.
exactly.
And I'm
He
like,
was on his
Elo.
back.
I'm like, Elo, are you okay? And he looks at me and he goes, tell Horde to bring more broadswords. And I'm like super blown the fuck out because it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, and I'm
You were-
thinking he's
Rain,
dying.
you were blown out.
I was blown the fuck out.
Blown
And
the
I'm
fuck
like-
out.
I'm
Blown
like,
out?
so I asked him, I was like, what?
I
And
don't
he
want to
goes-
take words
he
out of your
goes,
mouth.
"The
Were
Horde
you blown
Titan."
the fuck out?
Because like he just was convinced Horde needed more broadswords, and I'm like, you are so drunk, dude. Like you need to fucking like just get over it. Like yeah, I was
Like
super
sick-
blown
Do
out.
you
In,
understand
like,
in
6
the
months,
porn
it's gonna
world what
come back to
blown the
him.
fuck out means?
Yes,
Like in the porn world. And you know that
Not in
Elo
the
is
porn
and,
world,
you,
though.
and you know that Elo is like part
I
of
don't
the
think it
porn
means
world.
anything, Dirk. I
Are
don't
you
think it means
saying
anything.
Elo is
Elo
like in
has
the
been
adult
part of the porn world
industry?
for like 6 years now.
That would make him a minor in the porn world.
Well,
I can't
that
talk in
didn't
the
matter
TeamSpeak
in
either,
the
Trey.
porn world back then, Rain.
Wait, what?
You can look at me all fucking crazy like as you want, but like
Dirk,
this was LA. This was LA
the
back in
context
the
was
fucking Elo days.
Elo was drunk as fuck, and I had to make sure he was still alive, and he fucking memed me and some shit with Horde broadswords, and I didn't get it at all.
I think it's all
I'm
going to
just
come
thinking-
back to him in like 6 months' time. He's going to be on a Horde fleet. He's going to have the broadswords. It all makes sense now.
I get fucking flashbacks of Vegas.
Elo has. I'm gonna tell you right now. Elo has definitely gotten fucking flashbacks to other time in his fucking career when he's like, "I just logged in. Can't you, motherfucker?" Honestly, Drayden, were you there for that fucking PNG login time when Elo was fucking commander, all that kind of shit?
Yeah,
When it
yeah.
was so early in the fucking morning and we filled
that the one where we
cache
made,
that
like,
fucking
the-
bridging Titan?
Well, was that the time
That
when
may
we made?
be one of those times when Elo is flashing back to.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what are you talking about? The time when we had like the like 20 systems of gate bubbles that they had to burn through to get to us?
No.
'Cause I-
No.
Okay.
We're talking about the time when we all fucking woke up and we were one fucking gate away from fucking LXQ down in the fucking drone regions.
Okay.
And fucking Elo's like, look, we all got one chance at this shit. And like everybody's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm there with you. And like we missed that one fucking bridging Erebus that Elo apparently had fucking eyes on and like everything else. And he's like, fuck you bitches, I'm going to bed.
I think I do remember that. I mean, like, I remember like the whole
Because
campaign. It was like
you
a
know what?
month
This
that
is
we
how
had.
I
Elo.
understand how it all happens with people
Yeah.
like Elo. They all meant for it to happen. They all meant for things to go down. But the people that they were bringing with them,
It was just it was
they
a
would
glitch in the
eventually
Matrix.
end up in a caravan going to fucking. Where is it we live, Brisk?
America.
East Coast.
No, not us. Not us as human beings.
Delve, Fountain, Query.
Delve, yeah, the whole fucking 1DQ
Dirk
fucking
has
caravan. There's a caravan coming to
one.
1DQ that we've just got to fucking build a wall against, motherfuckers.
Oh, boy.
They're coming. I'm gonna deploy fucking
I don't
CCP
think you
Mattis.
guys- no one's invading Delve. I don't think anyone has any intentions to invade Delve.
Oh, do you know how much?
What do you mean by
cancer
an
that would be?
invasion, though? What do you mean by an
Like
invasion?
take an actual
I
invasion
mean
to
people
take
that are
it.
coming there to take an anomaly from me.
That's not invading. That's raiding.
What? Whoa!
Raiding is go in, get resources, get out. Invasion is
There are people that are
go
coming
in to
from other
take.
places that are underpopulated by the way that they can economically achieve their children's success, and they're now gonna come and raid the anomalies that are out in the Delve region.
yeah. Well, back. I mean, I don't live in Delve anymore,
What
but
the
he says
fuck
there's
are you
30
talking
keep stars
about?
down there. No one
Brisk,
wants to
I'm
go
so
and
lost.
no one wants to
I have
siege
no
30
idea.
keep stars.
Number
we are,
one,
we are
Rain, you're
close,
lost
we're
because
close
you're
to
in Black
maximum
Legion
overdrive
land out
right
in the
now.
middle of fucking nowhere.
We're on the
don't
opposite
want
side of the
to
map.
see
We're
that.
in
Out in the
KVJ.
initiative
Dirk, you need to log
level of
in so
nowhere.
you know where the
We're in
goons are
Phenol.
based.
We're in
Come
Phenol.
on,
That's
man.
so far away from Delve.
I'm
That's
trying
the
to
opposite
understand
side of the
how
how
map.
all
that
these
far
people,
away.
how all these people are discovering to be able to create drop an anchor alpha out there and be able to like, bring people into the fucking Delve region.
Can we get Opus on here to tell us how bad we are? Because he's in the chat. I'd like him to come on the show and tell us how bad we are.
I'm just saying.
Apparently pretty bad.
Dirk's absolutely right. The next OpenCom shirt is "Where do we live, Brisk?" That's where we're gonna put that. We're gonna put that on the shirt.
Where are we again?
Where do we live again?
Okay. Now, just in case you aren't playing Eve anymore, Dirk, I did get an update from Shooter saying that Chisumi is coming to the next Vegas.
Hey.
I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Honestly, if any of you are planning your fucking vacations for 2019, how do you even plan those fucking things, right?
Well, I'm already signed up for the cruise.
I know you signed up for the cruise.
When is the cruise?
Totally fucking cool.
June 30th.
Totally fucking cool.
It's June 30th through like July 6th or something.
Yeah, I'd have to fly.
So
all
July
the way
4th
out back.
will be on the cruise boat.
Okay, so in North America, we've got the cruise happening out there, and is probably going out of Seattle, right?
Yeah, leaves from Seattle, it goes straight up to. Now I don't know if it does the Glacier Bay
straight
tour.
up to the earthquake.
No, that's up in Anchorage. No, this goes to Juneau. I don't know if it's before you get to Juneau or just after. It does like a loop into Glacier Bay, and then sometimes, especially in the summer, there's like some of the glacier calving.
There's whatever Vegas will be next year.
Yeah, well, and then
when I say whatever
Juneau, then to
Vegas will be
Ketchikan,
next year,
Victoria,
recognize,
back to Seattle.
motherfuckers, it will be less than this year.
Next year?
Why though?
You think?
It will just literally be less than this year
Because you're not going?
Toronto. Not because I'm not going, because fucking Toronto. Okay, depending on when they fucking roll these things out, and this is going to be a key fucking classic of how CCP actually fucking calendarizes this shit. Okay, when does it all fucking happen, right? We know that fucking Vegas is probably going to be the same time, sometime in the October-ish standpoint.
Right.
Where are these other? Where the fuck is the cruise going to happen? That's going out of Seattle, and then when is Toronto happening? Honestly, I want to know when Toronto is fucking happening.
I don't know the exact.
If it's in fucking February, we know that fucking Vegas is going to be fucking ballerizing as fuck.
Okay, I don't know when the Toronto thing is, but the cruise is June 30th is when it leaves from Seattle. It goes to Juneau, then comes down to Ketchikan, which is like a couple hundred miles south of Juneau, I think, and it's actually Canada, and then it goes to Victoria, which is by Vancouver, but like on the west coast, like at the entrance to the Sound, and then back into Seattle. So the fact that if you are American, the fact that it is going into if you're out of the U.S., then of course you're gonna have your passport anyway. But if you're American, you still have to have your passport because it is going into Canada. So it's an international cruise technically. So you will need a passport.
Number one, can somebody please tell the fucking Eve Onion News? Fuck you, Noisy's been here all night. Where the fuck you been?
Fuck you, Eve Onion News. Noisy's been here every night.
He's always here. He hides in
Man,
the
I'm looking at the video
earlier, motherfucker.
Of the Anchorage earthquake. Why is this not getting more press? This is crazy.
Yeah, well, it was a 7.0,
wasn't
it?
It's bad.
It will get more press over the course of the next couple days. We're now going to move into real world news. There is going to be a serious situation up there in fucking Alaska because a lot of things come into fucking the Anchorage ports. The roads out of fucking Anchorage are completely fucked up, and those are the things that supply a lot of Alaska.
Yep.
Because like I came to know this today. Alaska is in a really remote part of the fucking world, and like things out of Anchorage are completely remote to the.
Well, Anchorage is like the major port in Alaska. I mean, like Fairbanks. Fairbanks is the next biggest city in Alaska, and that's like directly north of Anchorage. Though. Like what? Like 300 miles?
By the way, shot to fucking Anchorage, motherfucker.
Yeah, shot to Anchorage. And all those people.
Seriously, guys, this is a big deal, and nobody's talking about it.
But yeah, like I mean,
nobody's talking about it. This could literally be the fucking Puerto Rico of the fucking Northwest.
They do fly a lot of shit out of Anchorage, but there's a lot of trucking. Crazy. I'm not talking about ice road truckers. That was like up to Prudhoe Bay, which is like from Fairbanks up to the north coast, like the Arctic coast. But no, like a lot of stuff that Fairbanks gets, and various others, like not just Fairbanks, but a lot of cities like way out there, they truck their shit in from Anchorage. Yes, they fly stuff in too, but not everything. And so if the freeways and everything is all fucked up, which I saw some of the news footage from a few
Fuck
clips.
the freeways.
There was like literally like freeways that are like the whole roads were broken and sunken down
Exactly.
and shit. Like,
And
I mean, look, I just
freeways
posted
are
a
fucked up. The
picture
other
in
roads are
Twitch chat.
fucked
Look
up.
at that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
that's the
what we
exact
might
scene I saw. Yeah,
forget here, what we
that
might
car is
be
lucky.
here
out there.
is legitimate fucking human disaster across the entire fucking Alaskan area and shit like that, because of the fact that most of the stuff that comes into Alaska comes into the Anchorage area
Holy
and then
shit.
gets transited out by road, but the roads are all fucked up coming out of fucking Anchorage. This is one of those things that, like, even right now, I'm not willing to make fucking jokes about that shit.
Well, the thing though is like
Oil
someone did
prices
say,
going
there
up.
are, since there's so many road places, there's a lot of places that are so small they don't even have municipal airports. But like there's a lot of,
they're not gonna fucking Bear Mountain that shit into.
they
these
will
places.
fly like if it comes to it and they can't get supplies in, they will like load up supplies even if it's just runways that can only take like little Cessna planes and stuff. They'll load stuff up. They'll bring in more planes. It will probably make them cost a bit more money, so people locally will have to spend more money to buy the goods they need. But they can get the shit there. They can fly it into other cities and then truck it from there.
This is
but
one
it'll
of the
be
weird
a lot more
things.
work and a lot more money.
Here. Let me throw you a fucking thing that I heard today out, and like I'm gonna totally fuck this up because I'm totally retarded right now. But
Yes.
the city of Anchorage, which is where this shit really fucking
I
hit
used to live
hard,
there.
only has 350,000 people living in it, right? But it has a greater fucking landmass than Los Angeles County.
It's because they don't build out. It's not big enough city. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I
Don't
think
build up.
Coeur d'Alene,
Hold on.
where I live, is
all
almost
those
bigger than that.
roads coming out of fucking Anchorage, okay, that people want to think is just a fucking city. So what? There are 2-3 roads? No, literally every motherfucking road that services all of the rest of fucking Alaska comes out of fucking Anchorage.
I just think it's crazy, and nobody's talking about it. But I mean, do we have any Alaska Eve players? Does anybody know anybody from Alaska?
I don't.
Pirate
Yes,
Trader.
Yeah.
there were a couple that
Pirate
chimed
Trader
in
lives
today
in
on
Alaska.
Couple
Twitter.
court mates.
I'm not.
Have you
informed
heard
anymore,
from them
but-
yet, Wolf
Yeah.
or Shooter? Are they good?
Yeah, I had. She said that the earthquake hit and she's going higher ground because she's scared of tsunami. But
That's a good
Tsunami.
point.
The
There
tsunami
was
will-
a
no, the
tsunami.
tsunami
Well,
won't
she was
come in.
so
Tsunami
cool,
didn't
that's why.
happen.
The tsunami will go out from Alaska,
Korea,
not
we're all
in.
good.
But yeah, I've been to Alaska many times. I've been all the way as far as Adak, where that's the furthest island on the Aleutian Island chain.
Yeah.
And it's basically a naval station, and yeah, so all that area is very exposed to an earthquake if something of that magnitude were to hit, because we just don't know how that would portray if something like that were to happen. But probably not much good.
Yeah, I used to now not in a long time. I was like a kid, but I used to live in Anchorage. My dad was in the Air Force on Elmendorf Air Force Base up there. Elmendorf, yeah. So we lived on the base there, and a lot of people don't realize that, like the quote unquote Ring of Fire, like the Pacific, where the plates meet and stuff, where all the volcanoes and tectonic activity and stuff is. That extends way up into Alaska. Alaska is actually quite active when it comes to that. Like when I was a kid, we had a major volcanic eruption.
From the whole Pacific Rim too.
Well, I would say like when I lived up, I only lived up there for like 4 years, and there was a major volcanic eruption. Like it was literally like rain, like it looked like snow, and it was just ash coming down for like 2 days, and it was like 4 inches of ash everywhere. You could see. I remember I was in first grade when that happened.
Like you were in Iceland and decided to play Eve.
I was in kindergarten or something when that happened, and I remember like getting on. We had to wear like painters masks to get on the bus so we wouldn't breathe in the ash and stuff when it was coming down.
Right.
And then we also had a pretty big earthquake.
Oh my god, are you serious? Because today they won't even send kids like that.
No, we went to school. This was back in like 89.
This is back when fucking kids were kids.
I think this was like 1989 or something. I forget.
86. Back when we went out by ourselves and didn't tell our parents
fuck
where
it.
we
We
were going.
trick or treated and went out in the fucking ash. It was like this is back when fucking kids were.
It was like 88.
It was
87, 89. I forget, but it was.
No one would know where I was.
I think it was 86.
And
Was it?
other
I'm looking at the list of shit that happens in Alaska. That's why I'm.
However, in all God's seriousness,
I would have only been a couple years old then.
Let me throw you guys out there a fucking serious fucking thought about all of this. Alaska right now is literally in a fucking... they don't have a whole lot of fucking light during the course of the fucking year right now. This shit is fucking north. They are fucking playing in what, like, people out there in fucking Northern California and, like... They wish they had some fucking fire lighting up the fucking sky. It is not fucking happening out there for them. They have got stuff going on out there right now that is actually making them into literally the Puerto Rico of the fucking north. And I'm not calling for a can you throw something for a GoFundMe because I haven't found that shit yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, this may actually turn into that.
Well, the repercussions of that is the ripple effect of the energy, that for the pipelines and everything, and trying to
fuck the pipelines. Talk about people.
Yeah, you can say fuck the pipelines.
That just makes me worry.
Fuck the pipelines. Talk about people.
No, but that worries me. I mean, what the hell is going to happen if the pipeline got fucked up? That's not good.
Fuck that.
We can all talk about the pipeline later on in the fucking.
Well, it's not just like oh shit, I have to pay higher prices, but what damage is that
all of this is about the fucking me. Because number one, the fucking Alaskan pipeline doesn't always go to every part of fucking America that you come from, okay? The Alaskan pipeline actually gets piped out like every other part of fucking oil in the goddamn world, the most convenient fucking source ever.
I'm talking about if the pipeline ruptures and there's ecological
that happens
damage.
already in the U.S., but no one talks about that.
We can fucking that
happened already in North Dakota that people predicted, and no one's talking about it. So don't talk about it now with Alaska.
I found Iron Wolf, 1989, Mount Redoubt.
We're actually
eruption.
talking about actual human beings fucking perishing from the fact that
I was looking
know what.
Food I was like, I know it was in the late 80s.
I understand that, Derek, but I'm just saying that there could be repercussions beyond, that
there was
know
don't make
right
me
now.
be the guy that cares about fucking human beings.
I think
God
damn
you
told
that
guy.
I think I was too young to remember that one, though.
I'm just saying, man.
So that might have been the 86 one.
Yeah.
Number one, it wasn't 86.
No. The earthquake Iron Wolf was talking about.
Do you guys remember when the fucking tsunami went up the fucking river back in '64? No, you don't.
We had an
earthquake. Dirk, I can't remember.
She does.
Tell me what it meant when it, fucked your canoe up back in '64.
Well, it's not a canoe. It's what is it? Cap Strongest? What they call that shit over in
no, it wasn't a fucking kayak. Because believe me, this shit got blown the fuck out. Honestly, if you had a fucking kayak back then, it blew your ass out so fucking hard, you're not even here fucking talking to us right now. Like, honestly, you had to have a reasonable fucking boat back in '64. Or back in the '60s, whatever. I'm just throwing fucking '60s names out there right now.
Oh, Lord.
However, I just wanted to throw out there the whole idea of, guess what? This kind of shit doesn't just happen all over across the... Look, and I know that people want to talk about climate change and shit like that, but look, the whole fucking climate change idea, it doesn't care about the undercrust 50 miles below the fucking earth. It doesn't care about that. Brisk is sitting there going, climate change don't mean a shit. But you know what? Look at it now. Look at it now, Brisk.
Well, I think about climate change. I've said before. I said absolutely, climate is changing. We know that. It's obvious.
What about earthquakes?
Doesn't it happen in cycles?
How does climate change affect earthquakes?
It might have been
climate change doesn't affect
Stephen Morris for the
no,
human
shut up, Drayden. I want to hear Brisk.
Drayden's right though. They don't affect earthquakes.
Shut up, Rain. I want to hear Brisk.
The problem is that while I think it's fair to say we know that it's happening, is that there's no real solid solution as to how we fix it.
Yeah,
so
it's called over-industrializing. They've already pointed out why it's happening. It's called stop over industrializing. They fixed the hole in the ozone by outlawing like a fucking chemical and like fucking
hairspray. They got rid of Freon. All of you, including Chris, understand how climate change affects earthquakes.
The same fucking scientists who fucking cure diseases, but
oh no, my for real.
Well, Shooter, shut the fuck up. I want to know how these people think climate change affects earthquakes.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you.
We already said
climate change, Dirk. Climate change does not affect earthquakes whatsoever. No, they do not. Climate change is
they do because it affected
the atmosphere.
It affected the Earth, which affects the
climate. No. Climate change affects climate, and climate change. Now, someone was saying yes, there is stop dumping CO2. That is our.
By the way, we're on your channel now, right, Drayden?
No, not yet. But
no, for sure
almost.
That's going to fix
I'm just saying, like,
we got 5 minutes to your channel.
Yes, I can explain this really fast, really quick. Just please. Yes, man's excessive use or expulsion of CO2 into the atmosphere, which is a greenhouse gas, is accelerating climate change. But climate change is something that the Earth naturally does back and forth. It's done it, and if you look at the past of the history, ice age, mini ice ages, and then it recedes back to like super hot, and then the Earth oscillates between climate change on its own without man dumping CO2. Our dumping CO2 is making it worse much more rapidly, and now we might have the potential to push it over that stopgap of now all of a sudden it turns into a runaway greenhouse gas effect. Runaway greenhouse gas effect is going to turn shit into Venus, but
which is really bad.
That's not proven that we are going to do that, but that's a possibility. But
just as an FYI, guys, Dirk has moved himself out of the channel by accident. Let's see how long it takes him to figure it out.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, it's like, yes, man's effect on climate change is negative, but it's not the only reason that the climate is changing. We are not the sole reason.
The point that I'm trying to make is that, yeah, even the folks that say, oh, well, just got to stop dumping CO2. We don't know for sure that that's going to fix anything.
I'm pretty sure they have scientists from all over the world with evidence that proves this, but if you guys as laymen want to fucking pretend like you're knowing what you're talking about, feel free. Because I'm pretty sure you're not smarter than a fucking scientist telling what the fuck we're doing wrong. They just destroyed the ozone in Australia, and that is why we are fucking fixing it already. But hey, you can keep pretending like you know what the fuck you're talking about, because I bet that will really help us, right, Brisk, in your politics? I'm pretty fucking sure that will help the fucking world, won't it?
I'm smart as a scientist. What can I say?
You're not a fucking scientist. Listen to the goddamn fucking scientists are saying that 7 billion fucking Americans are destroying the world.
What about somebody who does abortions while the fucking climate's changing?
There are 7 billion people in the fucking world, Dirk. We fucking need more abortions. We fucking need an epidemic people off the world.
I agree, because you have
this is why
you've always been my girl.
Oh, humans are destroying the planet.
We're gonna make all these people die.
So innocent and naive with their industrial revolutions. Yeah, shut the fuck up and let scientists fucking fix the shit that we're causing.
All that being said, we can't say that on Twitch. We can't say that on Twitch, Rain. Okay.
No,
why the fuck not?
Twitch,
why the fuck not?
We have to lay that out there into the after show.
There are fucking people doing like strip polls on fucking Twitch. Why can't we talk about how the fuck people are killing the fucking planet?
When the scientists come together,
or we can talk about Subsonic Monk who thinks he knows what the fuck he's talking about. I bet he has a science degree too, right, bud? Oh no, he doesn't. He's just crying in Twitch chat.
He's not a Subsonic Monk.
I'm not talking about Max Singularity. Why are you bringing him up?
But I thought you just said a subsonic monk.
I did not. I did not bring up Max
finally got somebody clapping our brain in the chat.
Max Singularity actually is the, like, in the grand scheme of, like,
the whole, like,
the whole grand scheme of, like, you know, what Max is doing in the whole goddamn. And, you know, he's a monk, right? He's not actually a prophet.
Mars.
All right. Now hold on. We could totally talk about all this stuff on Twitch, definitely, but
can't do that on Twitch because Twitch.
You can talk about abortion on Twitch. It's totally fine, but.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Twitter.
But I don't know if Iron End wants us going into that controversial debate on their channel.
You know what? Honestly, who's here?
But we could totally do it
right now that is on our level.
Guys, it's open comments. We talk about random stuff all the time.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying.
Everything
when it gets to that kind of real world politics
controversy,
they tend to not like us to do that. So they want us to keep it.
Channel doesn't matter anymore.
They want us to keep it on game stuff here, but on my channel, I don't give a fuck. We talk about anything.
Let's have.
There's only 2 minutes. There's only 2 minutes left, right?
Talk about
less than that.
CW, Dirk. You want to talk about TV? You haven't talked about TV yet. Let's talk about TV for 2 minutes.
TV talk.
TV talk.
Yeah.
Fuck Netflix for canceling Daredevil. There's your TV talk.
What?
Future Disney.
Number
future
one.
Disney Channel.
Are
Bro.
you serious, Chris?
Hold on. Did Netflix cancel Daredevil, or
Yes.
was that CW?
Netflix canceled it.
Daredevil has been
Netflix
canceled.
killed it?
Yeah.
Fuck Netflix.
Okay, so this like actually scares me about other shows on fucking like Netflix the year later, that CW was actually carrying the year current.
Well, that's just so
really
they can...
fucking bothering me, because right now I have to really fucking question the whole fucking Black Lightning franchise.
Right.
I mean, seriously, because like Black Lightning's the fucking shit. They've got the whole fucking downtown area fucking locked down. They're like, actually, they've moved out into the.
Is it really that good? I
This
haven't
season,
watched
they've
it.
moved
Yeah,
out
it's
into
pretty
the
good.
whole fucking like South fucking whatever Black Lightning town is, and they're like shit's going on down here too. Okay. Wow, Netflix is fucking up Daredevil.
Well, so they can like put more Bollywood movies on their channel. That's why.
No, hold on.
I'm pretty sure
You
they can
can't
do
just throw that
Bollywood
out there,
movies
like,
without
Netflix
removing
is
something.
carrying more
I was
fucking
being facetious, Rain,
Bollywood
sorry.
shit. They're not.
Wait, do you like Bollywood movies?
I've been to India a few times, so
I like
I
to
can
sing.
watch them.
I like to
I
sing.
love
I gotta
Bollywood
be
movies.
honest.
I don't think I've ever seen any.
What?
I think
They're cool.
The vast majority of international movies that I've seen,
I watch a lot of international.
I haven't seen very many,
so
but most of them have been like
it's
New
a good
Zealand
cultural
films.
experience.
Actually, like I'm surprised how big of a film industry New Zealand has.
Well, Bollywood's really big, though.
I know Bollywood's
It's
big.
really good,
Like,
too.
England
It's
puts
actually
out a
really
bunch.
You'd be surprised to understand how big of anything New Zealand has, because they're literally like
the
islands
Babadook. If
off
you haven't
of
seen the
Hawaii,
Babadook, the
but,
Babadook
like,
was pretty
further
good.
south.
Had some like that little
Well, every
kid
time I think of New Zealand, I think
annoyed
of
me.
Lord
That's a
of the
good movie
Rings.
too, yeah.
that made
They
me
have
want to
goats,
strain on a
right?
kid,
They
but
have goats. Small
but I
goats.
know
Small
London.
goats that we all think are cute.
I think probably the best international film that I've seen though was it was an indie film. I think it was from Spain. Pan's Labyrinth. That movie was good.
Yeah, that was a good.
That
film.
was a
Dude,
really
Yeah,
good
that
movie.
was like 1995.
No, that was like 2010, Dirk. I think something like that.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. It was like a
It's
bunch ago. It's
Well, that was
now
a-
making
yeah,
its way.
It
to
was a
fucking New
pretty
Zealand.
like for an indie film. It was like the plot was pretty intriguing. Like the visual effects were good. It had some
No
creepy
bullshit.
shit.
That was literally a fucking movie that the fucking Oscars blew up to be this fucking
I
thing.
know.
And you're telling me last month it showed up in fucking New Zealand?
No, it was not New Zealand. It was a Spain. It was made in Spain. It was a Spanish indie film.
We were just talking about New Zealand, and all of a
That was
sudden
way
you're
before. I said the best international movie I've seen was from Spain.
By the
It
way,
was Pan's Labyrinth.
we're now 2 minutes after. The
Oh, okay,
time
yeah.
I
Let's
said
just
before.
move over now. Let's just
Like,
get it out of the way.
Yeah.
We didn't move earlier. Are you telling me I was
No,
retarded
because we were
earlier?
like 2 minutes before. Now we're 2 minutes after, so we got to go.
Oh my
now.
god, I'm gonna totally be
Gotta be on time,
retarded
Dirk.
earlier.
Yeah,
Like
we
in a
can't.
place.
We don't want to prematurely shoot
Stop it! I just saw
the show.
Thank you, Cap Strongest,
to
for
the
fucking
other
highlighting
channel.
my name.
We gotta
Dirk,
hold it. We gotta
stop
hold
being
it until
dumb on
it's
this
time,
channel.
and then
Go
go.
over to Dreden's.
But
Yeah,
okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Cap will set you straight on history.
No, you know what?
Mad Max
I love
was in it.
fucking
He
Cap.
filmed-
I
Get
love
outta here.
Cap.
Was
he
it?
Fucking, he fucking stands up to me out on fucking Twitter. But like honestly, he's like way fucking like after the fucking matter when we're over here on this fucking like Twitch channel over on fucking INN. It's like, you know what? We're leaving INN. Fuck this shit.
wait, who's
This is
on?
what
it?
happens?
No, we're not.
If all these people,
Well, we
they
are
Dirk,
right
you're
now.
leaving in
like,
2 weeks.
say-
You can't
Well,
kick the
if
channel
they
off INN.
say what they mean over here on this shit.
This, you can't tell us we're
Drayden,
leaving.
you can start an empire.
Fuck it, we're doing it, dude. We're gonna do
A
what
media
Matterall's
empire.
doing, where he thinks he's gonna create a fucking empire. Fuck it, we'll bring more drunks to our fucking scene.
Dirk, if you
We'll
make an
do it,
executive
man.
decision and make us leave INN, you can't
Yeah,
quit the
why don't
show.
all you
That's a
people fucking
stipulation.
Throw my fucking name out there in the fucking
Anyway.
Dirk McGurk.
Okay,
It's not like I'm fucking hiding.
Well, the thing is that Dirk
We gotta go!
he gets like 10 cents on
Bye-bye.
every time you say his name.
Later, bitches.
Every time
Alright.
you say my name, Rain gets paid, and then every Vegas I cash in.
All right, later, bitches. Shots
Later,
Good night,
bitches.
everybody. Have a good evening. Merry Christmas.
Happy
ya,
holidays,
guys.
you mean?
All right,
right?
we're up to After Dark.
Happy
Not
Chinooka.
December yet.
Happy Kwanzaa.